Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Unveiling This Realm. It's Thursday again already, and it is the second to the last Thursday before Flatoberfest. Today is October 15th, 2020. So if it is not that day, you're watching a rerun. And I am here with Brian Staveley as usual. Turn on my camera. There it is. Hi.
Howdy. Fancy seeing you here.
Yeah, man.
So we're a week away. We're gonna get into all that after. We're gonna do the Flat Earth stuff in Flatoberfest near the end, guys. But we are a week away, so it's getting close. A lot of people are gonna be flying in soon, which is something I'm gonna talk about as well tonight.
That's right. Here, I'm trying to fix my camera. Whatever. That's good enough.
Yeah. So thank you everybody for finding us on the backup of the backup of the backup of the backups. Yeah. New backup.
And I apologize. I'm really bad about doing the load up the alert to the other channel before we go live on this channel to tell everybody about.
Yeah, you're terrible with that. I did it. Everybody knows I did it. You're terrible with that.
Yeah, I know. Thanks, Brian.
That's all right. So tonight, one of the main things I want to get into is an opportunity that we have this week with the airlines and the masks and the whole thing about people standing up. And I really want to get into that a lot. We're going to get into some Flat Earth stuff after, maybe even break down a ridiculous debunking video that we just were painfully put to watch by Ted. Fuck you, Ted. And I have a lot of Mandela Effect stuff to get into to show you. A lot of people affected. Just some interesting residue that's popped up. And they canceled Halloween in my hometown. So I'd like to talk about that after.
Yeah. Supposedly they canceled Halloween here too, so I'm told. I don't know.
Yeah, before we even get into reading the article we're going to read, why don't we just talk about how fucking ridiculous that is? We can talk about that real quick without going down the whole COVID thing too long. I mean, it's just insane. So I saw what is, so you know where I used to live at my cousin's house. His daughter lived there. So she made a post today, wow, shake my head, because she posted this thing. And it was from Lowell City Hall or whatever, the official thing. And they're telling everybody Halloween's canceled. And if you have people over, you can't have the whole thing, dude. And I'm just like, wow, people are still fucking going there. It's like, how long is this thing gonna go on? Did you see there was a a guy that was a mayor. I don't know what city. There was a mayor and a police officer, and they did a video to show their people how to safely trick or treat. And the police officer played the role of the trick or treater, and he held the trick or treater bag or whatever. And the mayor had a long hollow tube, and he fed the candy down like a chute, and fucking so he could drop it in his basket, so he wouldn't be within 6 feet of him.
Oh my gosh, so ridiculous. I mean, I'll be honest. I'm not that upset about Halloween because I was kind of lost interest in Halloween, and all you do is buy a bunch of horrible, sugary, processed candy. It's not good for you, makes you feel terrible, makes people sick, makes your teeth rot out. So I don't know.
Yeah, but still, the idea that people would stop.
Stupid. I'll agree with that, but I'm not lost over Halloween.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up the article though, real quick that I have here. Hang on. I know we were gonna do that other thing first.
Yeah, my children we're doing something special for Halloween this year. We're gonna do our own thing. It's gonna be fun.
I'm gonna grab a screen share. Check this out. You see my screen? It's loading up.
Yep.
Just a gray screen right now. Actually, here we go. City of Lowell. I'll zoom in a little bit. So stupid. So City of Lowell, location of Centerville, now known as Centralville. In order to prevent the spread of COVID-19, door-to-door trick-or-treating will be prohibited in Lowell this year. Trick-or-treating is considered a high-risk activity by the CDC. Lowell is currently classified as red under the state's COVID-19. You know what's funny, Karen? Before I even go, I'm from Lowell. I lived in Lowell for 42 years of my life. Lowell's in red, right? I don't know a single person who's fucking sick with COVID. Just saying. Okay, trick-or-treating is considered a high-risk activity by the CDC. Lowell is currently classified as red under the state's COVID-19 risk designation system and has experienced a significant increase in new cases of COVID-19 among residents over recent weeks. Given these factors, city officials determined that permitting trick-or-treating would pose a substantial public health risk to the community. Lowell residents are urged to consider public health guidance and to take precautions intended to prevent the spread of COVID-19 when making alternative plans to celebrate Halloween. Indoor gatherings, including costume parties or haunted houses where people may be crowded together, are considered high-risk activities by the CDC and should be avoided. Look at this. Isn't this fucking ridiculous, dude?
Yes.
The fuck is wrong with these people, man? God, when is it going to end, man? You know?
It's going to end when everybody grows a freaking spine and demands that it ends. Don't ask for it to end. Demand that it ends.
That's right.
That's when it's going to end.
Yeah. Exactly. Why don't, before I go too far down this road, why don't we get into the thing that you wanted to read?
Alrighty.
Yeah, the normies believe everything, Zal. They believe fucking everything, dude. They think you're fucking upside down right now.
This is an article by Wired that came out September 18th. I actually saw this a couple of weeks ago, and I had sent it to Mark because the first words in it is Mark Sargent saw.
Oh, God.
But it's YouTube's plot to silence conspiracy theories. From flat earthers to QAnon to COVID quackery, the video giant is awash in misinformation. Can AI keep the lunatic fringe from going viral? This right here, can AI keep the lunatic fringe from going viral? AI, if you put any stock into the stuff that Jesus Freak Computer Geek says, writes most of the news stories. And it's ironic that you see here in this subtitle that can AI keep the lunatic fringe from going viral? Because AI is what we think is writing all these propaganda news stories that you see everywhere, because so many of them are so silly and they don't, they're just so out there and they're just everywhere. And it all comes from Reuters or whatever. What's
I
the other
agree.
AP news?
Yeah, 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 I agree. And I specifically, I've said this about the backstories that they have for the Mandela effect that make no sense. They definitely seem. Look at that flag. Look at that Mandela affected flag right there in the article. Isn't that beautiful, guys? They seem like they're written by AI, and we know that when the people remember when people put the 3-digit code in and put the new cases of COVID, any 3-digit number, and they could find
Yes.
a news story.
Yes.
Well, how does that happen?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I mean, and then the 33s and the 13s and the other numbers that show up repeatedly in these stories too. I mean, it's obvious that they're encoded somehow.
Yeah.
So anyway, shall I read it?
Continue.
Okay. Mark Sargent saw instantly that his situation had changed for the worse. A voluble, white-haired 52-year-old, Sargent is a flat earth evangelist who lives on Whidbey Island in Washington state and drives a Chrysler with the vanity plate "It's Flat." But he's well known around the globe, at least among those who don't believe they are living on one. That's thanks to YouTube, which was the on-ramp both to his flat earth ideas and to his subsequent international stardom. Formerly a tech support guy and competitive virtual pinball player.
International stardom. I mean, I
Yeah,
know he does a lot of interviews, but he's not like fucking Brad Pitt, dude.
international stardom. I know, right? I mean,
Fuck, man.
Mark,
Holy shit.
he's doing okay, but he's not super
Yeah.
famous. I mean, this is ridiculous international stardom. Although he is known internationally, but technically so are you and I, Brian. It's not that hard to be known internationally in the internet age. So,
No.
maybe it sounds
We know who we are because we're the fucking best, baby. Continue.
okay. We are the best. I can't argue with that. Okay. Formerly a tech support guy and a competitive virtual pinball player, Sargent had long been intrigued by conspiracy theories ranging from UFOs to Bigfoot to Elvis's immortality. He believed some, quote, Bigfoot, and doubted others. Is Elvis still alive? Probably not. He died on the toilet with a whole bunch of drugs in his system. Then in 2014, he stumbled upon his first flat earth video on YouTube. He couldn't stop thinking about it. In February 2015, he began uploading his own musings in a series called Flat Earth Clues. As he reiterated in a sprawling corpus of more than 1,600 videos, our planet is not a ball floating in space. It's flat. It's a flat Truman Show-like terrarium. Scientists who insist otherwise are wrong. Huh?
I said it is flat.
It is flat. Is it a Truman Show-like terrarium? I don't know, but it
Oh, I mean, that's very, very similar. I mean, if he's not
could
right
be
on with that,
a
very
giant
close.
version
It
of
seems,
one.
yeah, man. I mean, I can't really dismiss too much of it. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that theory,
Yeah.
Certainly holds a lot of water.
Scientists who insist otherwise are wrong. NASA is outright lying, and the government dares not level with you because then you would have to admit that a higher power, aliens, God, Sargent's not sure about this part, built our terrarium world. Sargent's videos are intentionally lo-fi affairs. There's often a slideshow that might include images of Copernicus, astronauts in space, faked, or Antarctica made off limits by a cabal of governments to hide Earth's edge, which appear on screen as he speaks in a chill, avuncular voiceover. Sargent's top YouTube video received nearly 1.2 million views, and he has amassed 89,200 videos followers. What am I doing? Hardly epic by modern influencer standards, but solid enough to earn a living from the pre-roll ads as well as paid speaking and conference gigs. I'll say this: Mark's speaking and conference gigs aren't necessarily paid. He might get reimbursed for travel, but he's not making a hefty sum every time he speaks in public. Not like any sort of ex-politician or anything like that. Any of these people, they'll make like $25,000 for speaking at an engagement or something like that. Mark doesn't get that. He gets reimbursed for his hotel and his flight, and that's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. That's the reality of what it is. And you're lucky if you get that, to be honest. You're lucky
Yeah.
if you get that.
Yep.
Crucial to his success, he says, was YouTube's recommendation system, the feature that promotes videos for you to watch on the homepage or in the up next column to the right of whatever you're watching. We were recommended constantly, he tells me. YouTube's
Shut
algorithm.
that down.
Yeah, right. YouTube's algorithms, he says, figured out that people getting into flat earth apparently go down this rabbit hole, and so we're just going to keep recommending. And yeah, that used to happen to me too. I remember those days. It was great. Scholars
Oh,
who
they recommend great videos all the time. They completely shut. I forgot when somebody said when they asked me just recently what happened, what did they do when they started? It was on that interview I did with Adam yesterday. He's like, when did they start hammering flat Earth with the censorship? I was like, well, what they started doing is burying us in search results. But I totally forgot about the whole recommended thing. They completely fucking screwed us on that. After my videos, now you go right to fucking Donald Trump or NASA CGI.
Right. Okay, scholars who
So
study conspiracy theories were realizing the same thing. YouTube was a gateway drug. One academic who interviewed attendees of Flat Earth Convention found that almost to a person, they discovered the subculture via YouTube recommendations. And while one might shrug at this as marginal weirdness, they think the Earth is flat. Who cares? Enjoy the crazy, folks. The scholarly literature finds that conspiratorial thinking often colonizes the mind. Start with flat Earth, and you may soon believe Sandy Hook was a false flag operation, or that vaccines cause autism, or that Q's warnings about Democrat pedophiles are a serious matter. Once you
I love
convince
when they lump
yourself
them in.
that well-documented facts about the solar system are a fraud, why believe well-documented facts about anything? That's a good motherfucking question. Once
My
you know
God.
they're lying about that, why would you believe anything? Why
Why
would
would that's my problem with
why
people when
would
people
you?
don't keep questioning. Why would you trust NASA at all when you know the fucking moon landing is fake?
Exactly.
Right? That's the granddaddy of them all. Back then, I mean, why would you trust them after that? Ever. They're
Yeah.
fake. Once it's fake, I don't think people get it. Once it's fake, it's always fake and it stays fake all the way through. It doesn't go from fake to real ever. Never happens.
They're lying about all the major things that they try to tell you about. That's it. All bets are off,
It's all
right?
fake. It's all
All
fake.
bets are off. Okay. Um
Fake.
Maybe most trustworthy people are the outsiders, those who dare to challenge the conventions, and who, as Sargent understood, would be far less powerful without YouTube's algorithms amplifying them. For 4 years, Sargent's flat Earth videos got a steady stream of traffic from YouTube's algorithms. Then, in January 2019, the flow of new viewers suddenly slowed to a trickle. His videos weren't being recommended anywhere near as often. When he spoke to his flat earth peers online, they all said the same thing. New folks weren't clicking. What's more, Sargent discovered someone or something was watching his lectures and making new decisions. The YouTube algorithm that had previously recommended other conspiracies was now more often pushing mainstream videos posted by CBS, ABC, or Jimmy Kimmel Live. Funny they mentioned that along next to CBS and ABC, including ones that debunked or mocked conspiracist ideas. YouTube wasn't deleting Sargent's content, but it was no longer boosting it. And when attention is currency, that's nearly the same thing. And it truly
Well,
is.
that pot right there has a lot of truth in it.
Yeah.
That's what they were doing. They're still doing it. I mean, you get the Jimmy Kimmel late night clips after my videos too, and those guys are the biggest shills. How many times have we blown apart Fallon or Kimmel for fucking their shillery, having astronauts on, or Neil deGrasse, and just fucking driving around in the streets of fucking New York in the fucking next Mars rover with Neil deGrasse Tyson and what's that guy's name? Was it Colbert? When they looked like they were gonna have gay sex in the back of the truck? Fucking ridiculous, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
God,
So,
I had fun burying those guys. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I get going,
I know. You will never see flat earth videos recommended to you basically ever, he told me in dismay when we first spoke in April 2020. It was as if YouTube had flipped a switch, and they did. In a way, it had. Scores of them, really. A small army of algorithmic tweaks deployed beginning in 2019. Sargent's was among the first accounts to feel the effects of a grand YouTube project to teach its recommendation AI how to recognize the conspiratorial mindset and demote it. It was a complex feat of engineering, and it worked. The algorithm is less likely now to promote misinformation, or less likely now to promote information that doesn't go along with the mainstream agenda, information that they don't want you to know. If they don't want you thinking about it, if they don't want to you paying attention to it, they're not going to recommend it.
Exactly.
Recommend all this other stupid brain numbing shit that you see on there.
Yep. Speaking of which, you know who was live streaming today? Architects and engineers for 9/11, because they can put their fucking bullshit out there. I try to stream about 9/11, they'll fucking yank it fucking within 5 minutes.
Wow.
It's fucking nonsense.
That
right
there, that says a lot too. Gatekeeping. Gatekeepers. But you know what? They'll get taken down as a sacrificial lamb to make it look legitimacy to it.
They've been doing it for a while, though, every year. You know, now they're starting to do it more recently. Yeah, Richie Gage and all these frauds. But yeah, I don't want to go too far down that road tonight and get this channel pulled down too. So.
Okay, and then it says, but in a country where conspiracies are recommended everywhere, including by the president himself, even the best AI can't fix what's broken. Oh, AI can't fix what's broken. What the fuck is broken about people asking questions? About people questioning the tyrannical moves of a government who is beyond overreaching, shutting down the whole world for something that can't even be proven to exist.
It's ridiculous.
That's broken? Is that what's broken?
They don't want any free thought. You know that.
No. When Google bought YouTube in 2006, it was a woolly startup with a DIY premise, broadcast yourself. YouTube staff back then wasn't thinking much about conspiracy theories or disinformation. The big concern, as an early employee told me, was what they referred to internally as boobs and beheadings, uploads of pornography and gruesome Al-Qaeda actions. From the first, though, YouTube executives intuited that recommendations could fuel long binges of video surfing. By 2010, the site was suggesting videos using collaborative filtering. If you watched video A and lots of people who watched video A also watched video B, then YouTube would recommend you watch video B too. This simple system also upranked videos that got lots of views under the assumption that it was a signal of value. That methodology tended to create winner-take-all dynamics that resulted in Gangnam-style type virality. Lesser-known uploads seldom got a chance. In 2011, Google tapped Christos Goodrow, who was the director of engineering, to oversee YouTube's search engine and recommendation system. Goodrow noticed another problem caused by YouTube's focus on views, which was that it encouraged creators to use misleading tactics like racy thumbnails to dupe people into clicking. Even if a viewer failed, the click would goose the view count higher, boosting the video's recommendations. Goodrow and his team decided to stop ranking videos based on clicks. Instead, they focused on watch time, or how long viewers stayed with the video. It seemed to them a far better metric of genuine interest. By 2015, they would also introduce neutral net models of traffic recommendations. The model would take your actions, whether you'd finished a video, say, or hit like, and blend that with other information it had gleaned: your search history, geographic region, gender, age, blah, blah, blah. Watch history became increasingly significant too. Then the model would predict which videos you were most likely to actually watch, and presto, recommendations more personalized than ever. Wow. Do you want me to keep going? How long?
If you want. Wow, there's a lot there.
Holy shit balls.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know about all that.
Well, here, I'll just read the last two paragraphs.
Perfect.
If YouTube completely took away the recommendations algorithm tomorrow, I don't think the extremist problem would be solved because they're just entrenched, Lewis tells me. These people have these intense fandoms at this point. I don't know what the answer is. Is it right? Because we keep making new channels and people keep following us to our new channels.
Because we have fucking real people. We don't have fake numbers like them when they tell you 7 million people watch their TV show on a Thursday night. They're full of shit. And when they tell you there's only fucking 124 people here right now, they're probably full of shit as well. But we know which direction is which direction.
Yeah. One of the former Google engineers I spoke to agreed. Now that society is so polarized, I'm not sure YouTube alone can do much, as the engineer noted. People who have been radicalized over the past few years aren't getting unradicalized. The time to do this was years ago. Okay, first of all, why do they think it's radical to question the narrative or to be skeptical of what they're doing when they're literally killing businesses? They're I mean, I don't even have to go through the whole list of all the horrible shit that they're doing. Why is that radicalized? I mean, look at the language that they use there. It's radicalized for you to question them. It's radicalized for you to not believe what they're telling you. When if you look at the actual data, none of it backs up any of what they say, right?
No, it's common sense to question all of it, not radical.
Exactly.
You're fucking out of your mind to believe anything they say. They're fucking completely full of shit. And even if you didn't know they were completely full of shit, right? Let's just say you didn't know that. Can't you see that there's nothing going on, that like nobody's dying? I mean, nobody's sick. I mean, you can't see that?
Yeah, nobody's sick. The hospitals are empty. All the nurses said that they were being sent home. They were being furloughed during the supposed height of the pandemic. I mean, it's all a farce, all of it. And we'll probably get this video taken down because it goes against, whatever their community guidelines, or it goes against the WHO. Even though if you look at what they say, I mean, it basically verifies everything that we say. If you look at the data from their own websites, their own numbers, the own numbers that they retracted, the 6%. I mean, come on. But they can't even identify the virus. It has not been singled out.
No, they took down 6 of our last 7 shows. They took down another one of our shows today and gave me a strike on the main channel, or a community strike warning on the main channel, for scam and deceit. And then they sent me an email about how we don't go along with the WHO and the CDC and the whole fucking thing.
Yeah, the scammers and deceiters are accusing us of being scammers and deceiters. How's that? Okay. The pot calling the kettle black.
Yeah, you know what? They could keep fucking knocking us down, and we'll just keep getting back up. Everybody knows where we are. They'll find us. We'll make new channels. Fuck you. Getting so sick of it, man.
Yeah.
Spend half the day fucking wasting time re-uploading shit that they keep taking down.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. What do you got on the screen there? You sharing your screen?
No. Well, no, I was sharing that article, but I didn't want to read the whole thing, so I stopped. So we're off of the article now. So what was the next thing that we wanted to talk about?
Well, we were going to get into the Mandela Effect stuff, and then the mask stuff, and the airports, and all of that. But I think the room's kind of getting full right now. I think, what do you think if we get right into the main topic right now?
Hey, man. Sure. And I'd like to remind everybody that Flatoberfest is October 24th, 2020 in Greenville, South Carolina. And there are still tickets left. Tickets are selling faster now, though. But yeah, there's still tickets left. There is an ATM at the Greenville Shrine Center, so I think we have decided that we will be able to take tickets at the door in cash only. So there you have it. And there's a meetup the Friday before, October 23rd. October 23rd at the park across the street, Herdclots Park. If you go to my main channel, Karen B, I did upload a video that talks about that and tells you where it is and the time and all that stuff. Pretty much all we did was rent the park and set it up. As far as bringing stuff there, there's barbecues, there's bathrooms, there's electricity, okay? But it's pretty much up to everybody who shows up there to bring whatever it is you want to have there. Bring your own stuff. That's why I put in the bottom, just bring your own stuff. Whatever it is you want to bring there, you bring it. We rented the place. It's there 4 to 9 p.m. right across the street from the venue.
Can you do me one favor? Can you do me one favor?
What?
We're going to switch gears. I'm going to save the Mandela stuff for after what I really want to get into, okay? Because we're there right now. We're ready to talk about it. Can you give a shout out while I grab a beer? Because I'm empty.
Okay. Sure.
All right. I'll be right back, and then we'll get rolling. And the room is filling up because Jen's stream just ended, so now it's a good time for the shout out.
Okay. Shout out to Steve Finneran, Wild Eden, Valley Parks, Rachel, New York Truth, Doc Michael, Ted Summer, Emissary 35, Rethink, Vincent Michael, Ask and Receive, I Am High Degree, Steffi P, Sue Finelli, Waters Above, Richard Lopez. I'm going to see you at Flatoberfest. I get to meet you finally. That's going to be awesome. Decatus Moonblade, Jeannie, Musicians for Truth, Joy 4118, Suzanne Catchy, Musicians for Truth. Did I say that one already? I'm not sure, but Musicians for Truth. And Linda Larkin, Commercial Sound and Video.
Linda met me at the meetup at Hermosa Beach.
Oh, really? Awesome.
Yep. Linda's awesome.
Don Mazia. Am I done giving shout outs?
Sure. I'm ready to roll. I'm on my 4th beer too, by the way.
Oh my goodness. Don't fall over.
I won't fall over. Don't fall asleep.
I'm not going to fall asleep.
Don't start cuddling with that dog. I know how you are.
Yeah. As long as I stay away from the dog, we're in good business.
Anybody that doesn't know, quick story. One night, me and Jen, Truth Seeker 69, were on Karen's channel with Karen. Karen, during a commercial break, fucking passes out with her dog, and she was done for the night. We just kept streaming on her channel.
I lay down to cuddle with Remy, and that was it. I was gone.
Fucking hilarious, dude. All right. Flatoberfest.
Glad it was you guys.
Flatoberfest is next week. Yeah, somebody's not going to fuck up your shit, right? But Flatoberfest is next weekend, not this one coming up, but the following weekend. You know, pretty much everybody in the chat right now probably knows my story and knows what I've been doing lately. But for those that don't, been doing a lot of getting out, talking to people, going out everywhere. They say we can't go without a mask. In particular, taking airplanes during the pandemic. Now, I've taken 13 flights, and 13 times I have not worn a mask. And we have a big fucking opportunity this weekend. So this week coming up. So I don't want everything that I've done to fucking go in vain, and everything other people have done. I'm not saying it's just me, but personally, I don't want everything that I've done to fucking go in vain. You know, I'm trying to show people and lead by example and show you that and it's on video. You can go watch the video. You have to fucking stand your ground if you know that this thing is a lie, and don't just agree to put a mask on to get on the plane. Okay. You have to at least try. Okay. You have to at least try, all of you. You know, every time it's worked for me. I've gotten on every fucking time. Every time somebody says you can't go there, me and Steffi have gone there. They said I couldn't leave or go to California without quarantining. I was in and out of there plenty of times over the last summer. 3 times in and out of there. 13 flights, including 2 the other day out of California, back here to North Carolina, okay? And I didn't wear a mask, okay? And it really wasn't that much of a hassle. Now, First off, I don't want anybody here to wear a mask because I love all you guys. It's fucking disgusting. It's a fucking evil, twisted thing, and we all know it's a lie. And I don't even need to go down this whole road forever. If you guys have been watching any of the, if you guys haven't had your head up your ass, and I think 143 people here haven't had their head up their ass, they all know that it's a fucking lie. Okay, they all know how I feel about wearing the mask. I don't do it to go anywhere. But not only do I not do it to go anywhere, I haven't stayed in. Karen, we talked about this. Like, I asked you about, like, what's it like at the restaurants, blah, blah. You guys don't really go out to the restaurants and shit. And for good reason. You cook good food at home. You don't want to eat that shit. But, like, I was going out every day. We were going everywhere. Okay? Never wore a mask once in all of it. Okay? Now, Flatoberfest is coming. So when I went to the airport, yes, I had to actually go the medical exemption route this time. And I didn't like doing that. I will never do that to go in a store or any of these other things. I don't have to do that. But to make sure I got on the plane, to get back home, I told them that, yes, I had a medical issue. And all it took, guys, was they put a fucking doctor on the phone, dude. There's not even a doctor there to check you out. They put a doctor on the phone, and I lied to them. I said I had emphysema, and I'd have a panic attack once when I had a mask on, and I'd have another one if I ever put one on. Yeah, I lied to him. So what? The whole thing's a lie. Fucking fuck them, you know? You guys all need to at least try it and have some fucking courage and stand up. And it's not just about that. Imagine this scenario, you guys. Karen, how many people are coming to Flatoberfest?
At least 250, 300, close to 300 already.
No, I'm not saying everybody's flying, but you got to think at least like close to 200 are probably flying, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So imagine 200 flat earthers next week all say, no, I can't wear a mask, I'm exempt, and make them all go through the process of getting the doctor and all that. That could have a fucking huge effect on the whole mask thing and the whole airline thing, in my opinion. And I'm afraid that people are just going to let it go by and people are just going to give in. And I've been hearing people talk on different shows about little different gimmicks of masks. And we can put this mask on and this one, and it's a joke. And this one's like this over your face, and you can see right through it and breathe right through it. No, you shouldn't do fucking none of that. You should tell them all, you're not putting a mask to get on the plane. I literally told her, I'm taking this flight. No matter what, I have to take this flight, and I can't wear a mask. You people have to put your fucking foot down. And if you all do it this weekend, it's going to cause a fucking uproar. And it'll be something that'll have to hit the media, and it'll be a legit story. They'll have to cover it. They'll twist it. They'll make us look crazy. They'll probably say the next day we infected people or whatever. But we have to do it. We have to fucking do it. If everybody just does it, imagine 100, 200 people all tell fucking there's only several major airlines that everybody's taken. Imagine each of them has to handle like 30 fucking people that say, I'm not wearing a mask. That's going to be a problem.
Yeah. It'll become much more of a hassle than it needs to be for them, than it should be. We shouldn't even have to deal with it, though. Really, we shouldn't even have to. If you're that afraid of catching a virus, why would you even get on a freaking plane? Everybody knows that it's like this super enclosed capsule with this recycled air, and there's nothing in the air filters of the airplane that says that it filters out viruses or anything like that. And the masks don't filter out viruses. Like none of it makes any sense. So why is anybody, if you're that afraid of it, why would you even get on a freaking airplane? If I was legitimately afraid of catching a virus, a pandemic virus that was killing people, I wouldn't get on a freaking airplane.
Karen, if it was real, would they have let me take 13 flights from here at fucking Steffi's house and back home in Lowell? No. Why would they let me do that? Felicia? I mean, come on. And by the way, again, 13 for 13, never once wore a mask. And honestly, it was never even difficult. It was never even difficult. This was the most difficult time, only because when I got the baggage, they said to me 3 questions, right? And it'll tell you on the website when you go to book your tickets too. They said something about, have you been around somebody with COVID in X amount of days? And another one was like something like that. And then the third one was, do you agree to wear a mask in the airport and on the plane? And I said, no, I don't. I literally told them, you have to be confident. And the reason you people should be confident, if you're not confident already, is because you guys know they're lying. I'm not blaming the baggage lady. She was very nice, and I told her she was nice. I had no problem with her. I told her I knew she was just doing her job. but the whole thing is a fucking lie, and you know you're in the right, and they're asking you to do fucking something disgusting and muzzle yourself with the fucking mask, when are you going to put your foot down? Don't just tell them, oh, you can just take my $300 for the flight, and I'll just put a fucking mask over my face, even though I know I'm not sick. How about you tell them no, and if they have to get the doctor, they'll fucking get the doctor on the phone, and you fucking tell them what, you know how to talk to the doctor's a complete NPC. You know how you know what you need to say to him. You guys have all seen everybody's shows for 6 months. There's so many things you can say to him that he'll have to be like, okay, you're exempt. That's all I did. And I'm here. Everybody can do it. And if we all do it, it's going to make a fucking difference this week. Let's fucking do it, man. Let's fucking strike while the iron's hot, man. What the fuck?
Let's see. Today's October 15th. We've got 9 days. 9 days. Well, eight days. A week for some people. So a lot of people are arriving Thursday. So a week from today, people will start arriving. So
how long are we just going to wait for them to make every move while we just keep backing up on our fucking heels? Like, let's do it. When are we ever going to have another chance to have 150, 200 people all traveling at once that can do something like this? When? Never. Maybe next year, if you do another one, that's when. Well, we can't wait till next year. Have you guys looked around? Fuck, man.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like I'm alone out here, you know? God. There's no fucking, some people, there's a lack of courage in the truth movement. There really is from a lot of people. I'm not saying everyone, so don't everyone get all offended. Maybe I'm not talking about you personally, but there's a lot of fucking people with no courage. They're researchers, but they're not really truth warriors at all. They don't have, they're all fucking talk. They don't lead by example. They don't do fucking none of it. They're going to cower down and put the mask on. They're not even going to try, Karen. I'm not saying I want people to miss their flight and not get to your event. I mean, I want them to at least try, you know, go through the fucking process and see what happens, okay? What's it going to hurt? It took me fucking 15 minutes to get exempt. And in all actuality, once the doctor was on the phone with me, it took me 30 seconds to get exempt.
That's awesome. There you go.
I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm trying to get people to fucking stand their ground and make this thing go away, you know?
Yeah. What airline?
I took Delta these last 2 flights. My first 10 flights were American. My 11th was JetBlue, and these last 2 were Delta.
Yeah. I just want to address something. A Liberty guy is asking in Dlive, what's the best hotel most people are staying at during the event? There's a lot of people staying at the Hyatt Regency. I noted there's people staying at the Home to Suites. But I think, yeah, I'd have to look. There's a thread on my Facebook about it. But those are the 2 that I remember people saying that they were staying at. Okay. And as far as meetups, early meetups, the day before we're having a meetup at the park across the street from where the venue's at, and I have posted a link in the chat to that video.
You people need to stand your fucking ground. You know it's a lie. How can you ever expect the normies to take the mask off if you know it's a lie and you're going to put a mask on easily, willingly, no problem, without a fight? Make a fight. Make a fucking scene if you have to. And I'm not saying act rowdy. Stand up for yourself. Stay calm and polite. That's what I did. But if they give you shit, give them fucking shit back. You're not putting the mask on your face. Tell them. That's what I do. You know? Literally all the other times, I just basically walked on. One time I walked up to the guy ahead of time because I heard David had a hard time at David Weiss at the airport a little bit. So I walked up to the guy and I told him ahead of time and I said, hey, look, I can't wear the mask on the plane. Guy says, oh, what's your name? I told him my name. He grabs a fucking cocktail napkin and writes it down. Like, oh, yeah, that's pretty official. They threaten people, you're going to be on a no-fly list. Or they tell people, you can't fly out of Canada. Well, Mac's flying. We're picking him up on Thursday. He's going to be here. So what's up?
Yeah, I don't know. What's up? Mac's flying out. Right on.
Karen, how about you go into that Flat Earth debunk video so I can cool off for a minute, and we'll do that. Then after that, we'll do break and come back and do the Mandela stuff, and then we'll keep going and wherever phone calls.
Okay,
blah, blah,
well, I
blah.
need something to drink. I actually do. I need water or something because I was
Okay.
talking so much earlier, and now my mouth is kind of dry. I need something to
Go
drink.
get a water. Go get a water. I'll keep them entertained.
Okay.
All right. So, what I'm saying, guys, right? And I'm not trying to be like a dick. And I know people think I'm a fucking dick because I'm loud, or maybe they think I swear too much. Listen, I just talk the way I talk. This is how I would talk around my friends. This is how I talk around anybody. I'm passionate. This thing needs to fucking go away. Then you see people out here. I'm not even going to say names right now, but you see certain people promoting the mask all the time. Big name truthers. I mean, it's getting fucking ridiculous. It's fucking insane, and it needs to stop. But this whole thing needs to go away. Now, you know, we're thinking about it's incrementally going to go away, and this is taking a long time now. Like, dude, we're going into November soon. We're going to be going into, okay? Just imagine if 150 of you ask for the exemption and talk to the doctor. Just think about that, dude. Imagine that doctor gets 30 fucking phone calls, like for each major airline or however many, you know? Each doctor's getting 30, he's on the phone 30 times in fucking 1 week in the matter mostly of a couple of days because people tell him they can't wear a mask. And how long can they keep up that charade? It's going to cause a lot of problems. And don't do it because I'm asking you. Do it for yourself, man. Don't put it on. It's not just you have to give in because you're going on a plane. I know people think that, like, oh, I can go to the store, and you guys, a lot of you might not have been wearing the mask everywhere you go, but you think there's certain places that you go that you absolutely have to wear it. Well, I don't know. I talked to Ceiling Fan Man earlier. He got inside a nursing home to pick somebody up after he refused to wear the mask. Okay, and I've been 13 for 13, batting a fucking 1,000, flying around like a fucking madman, flying around like Ric Flair in the 80s, baby. You know what I mean? Nobody's sick. Nobody's dying. I can't find the pandemic. Never worn a mask. Hi, Karen.
I'm back. Yes, thank you. Hi. Got my water.
Right. Can I, you know, I seen Steffi's message about something about a meme to cheer people up, but I do, we'll get to that in a minute. Don't let me forget that. But I do want to show an image real quick to everybody. So that will cheer everybody up real quick. Okay, so I'm going to grab a screen share, Karen, and while I'm doing this, why don't you grab that Flat Earth debunk video, and then you can start tearing that apart after I show this image, okay?
Okay.
Who wants a good laugh? Everybody wants a good laugh. Here you go. I'll just leave that right there.
Horrible. Horrible.
Not flat. We checked.
Yeah, no kidding.
God.
What a joke. What a joke. He looks like it's all quilted. Looks like he's got a diaper. You look like you got a baby diaper. Quilted.
He might even have a dildo under that thing in his mouth.
It's freaking horrible.
Not flat. We checked these globies, man. Oh, can we talk about the globies for a second? They're fucking crazy because they have
obviously they didn't fucking check or they'd know it was flat.
Yeah, there's that.
Obviously you didn't check. By the way, everybody who comes to Flatoberfest gets a Flatoberfest patch. This is my gift to all attendees. Okay. I love it.
Awesome.
I love them. They're super cool. They're iron-on. Whoop, whoop. I'm going to have shirts there. We're going to have Glowbuster shirts. We're going to have Jeranism shirts. We're going to have Dr. Law giving people back adjustments and cooking stir fry. We're going to have Baldini making coffee and noodling on the keyboard. We're going to have a super special surprise that I am planning that I'm not going to say what it is yet. Okay, you just have to be there to find out. And so that's it. Yeah.
Awesome. And we have 140 people, 142.
Yeah.
Really appreciate that, guys. Without, you know, you guys find us everywhere we go. Why don't we get into showing you how stupid the Globies are when they make videos? You guys want to break apart a little Globy flat Earth debunk video real quick, so we can all get a good laugh at it. And then, after the break, we'll come back. I get a lot of Mandela Effect stuff to show you. A few people that Karen just mentioned are actually going to be in my videos because they're highly affected, including Baldini. Go ahead, continue. Let's get into it.
All right. So this is a video that came out July 14th. Oh, this has kind of been out for a while. 63,000 views. Top 10 scary things that flat earthers believe.
It's really, really bad.
Man. Oh, if you need to get Staveley hat, you need to hit up Scooter. Is Scooter making hats? Was he making hats?
I don't know.
I thought he said he was. Bananas. I think he said he was making hats. So Scooter's also he's got his own type of flat Earth or Flatoberfest patches that he made that he's bringing. They're different from mine though.
Yeah, well, ask Steffi where she ordered hers from. I mean, we're not gonna make anything from it. It's just some random company or whatever. But she has to get Staveley hat. It's pretty nice.
Right.
All right, let's talk about how flat Earth has been debunked and why we're wasting our lives.
Okay. All right, here we go. Shall we start?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I've got it at 1 1/4.
This guy's such a bitch.
I gotta say, this is probably my favorite group of crazy people because they are hilarious. I have never seen people with so little knowledge of space and science talk so confidently about something. They know nothing about the properties of gravity or how the universe was formed, but they are convinced that they know the Earth is flat and that we are all being lied to. It is a great group of people to watch and listen to because the way they explain stuff is amazing. Well, today we're going to showcase some of the beliefs that this group holds so near and dear to their heart.
Hey, pause it. I think you should play it at regular speed. He talks pretty fast. I can't even keep up with it. I already heard it.
Okay.
Things that flat earthers believe. Hello, Most Amazing Top 10 family. I am your host, Jade Arena, and welcome back to Most Amazing Top 10. As always, guys, I would love it if you could
echo.
Hit the little note.
There's
echo. Yeah, echo. Yeah.
I don't know why there's an echo.
Okay.
Because I have all the sound coming out through my headphones.
Interesting. You want me to try it on my end?
Let me see.
Notification bell. And stick around for the
there you go.
Because I'm going to be doing
all set.
Is it okay?
All set now. Totally better. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Some more pet shoutouts, which you guys love so much. If you guys want me to shout out your pet, remember you can hit. Yes, this is a big argument for flat earthers. So basically, they will take a ball. You can do this with any size ball. Doesn't have to be a big one. And then they will pour water over the ball, and then they watch as the water rolls off the ball. And then they pour water onto a plate, and they're like, see how the water stays on the plate? Proof that the earth is flat. No, that does not prove anything. Yes, the water rolls off the ball because it is not large enough to have its own gravitational pull.
See, the problem is that they're assuming that gravity works as mass attracting mass, or that the Earth first they're assuming that the Earth is a ball, which there is no measurable radius, no measurable curve, and then they're assuming that this ball has a magical force that attracts mass towards the center of this magical ball. So
that's one of my favorite things. How come they can never show us mass attracting mass anywhere ever? Just saying. I'm just saying.
I mean, unless one of those masses has some sort of electromagnetic property to it that attracts something to it, is ferromagnetic or something like that, well, then mass attracting mass is just fantasy. Like, just mass attracting mass just for the sake of mass attracting mass just doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen at all. I mean, they talk about things as fact that have never been ever shown or replicated, and you're told it just happens in the universe, with the planets and the Earth and all that. If mass attracts mass, I mean, come on. A crane with a wrecking ball, there'd be pebbles stuck to it. I mean, give me a break.
Right.
So stupid.
If the ball had enough of a gravitational pull to keep water on it, you would be sticking to the ball as well. And then if you try to debunk this stupid theory by asking questions like, why doesn't water roll off the edge of the Earth? If the Earth is flat, wouldn't it just roll off into space? They will answer the question with mountains. They believe that there are mountains that make a perfect ring around all of the continents, and
not just mountains. Okay, and it's not even that it has to be forming a perfect ring. It doesn't have to be forming a perfect ring, and nobody says there have to be an edge. These people are just so short-sighted.
You know what they are? They're professional straw men argument builders.
Mm-hmm.
That is what holds the water in. So basically, we are one good earthquake away from splitting a mountain open.
One good earthquake away from splitting a mountain open. And then they think that's going to crack everything and all the water's going to fall
all
off.
Of the water on the planet slide into space. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
No,
in the billions of years that water has been on the planet, there has never been a point where mountains have
billions of years
shift and given water the opportunity to fall off forever. Coming in at number 9, we have there are hidden continents. So if you're wondering why someone would even bother with this belief system, why would anyone go to the trouble of being outcasted by society and have all of their friends and family think that they're weird and stop inviting them to Christmas dinner? Well, with a lot of conspiracy theories, you have people think that the government is hiding something.
First of all,
always a disc in space. They're going to get into the whole upward all of it, dude. It's so stupid. Nobody believes that. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Christmas is a fake holiday too. Just saying. Yeah. You're worshiping the penis of Dagon the fish god or some bullshit like that. Okay?
You're worshiping Sinbad and Tom Hanks' penis. Okay?
Seriously. So I don't really care if you don't invite me to your Christmas celebration. Okay? Because it's fake anyway.
From you. Yes, the flat earthers say that outside of this ring of mountains that are surrounding all the countries that I covered in my last point, they think outside of this perfect mountain ring is a series of new places that have never been seen. These are full countries that the global elite
Why does it keep showing it in space?
Are keeping secret from us. Yes, that sounds totally plausible. That since so many people have been traveling the earth on boats and planes, since people have been sailing around the world, no one has hit this mountain ring.
Can you pause it? Like, we know he's going to throw a bunch of bullshit out there. I just want to explain this to people. But he's literally saying things that no flat earther believes. No flat earther believes we're a disc moving upward in space. Nobody believes that. Just saying. Continue.
No. Nobody believes that.
Nobody. And even, so the argument he's building against it doesn't even matter because nobody even believes it.
I'm speeding him up again. Because this is bullshit.
Outside countries because, well, flat earthers don't think that far ahead. Coming in at number 8, we have density and buoyancy explain gravity. Here's something. If the Earth is flat, then gravity literally doesn't make any sense at all because the planet would have no center of mass to pull everything towards it. So flat earthers try to...
See, this is again them assuming that they know how gravity works. Even their fat, stupid god scientism, a priest of scientism, doesn't know how gravity works. Nobody can explain how gravity works.
He's going to actually, in a minute, I think, is he the one that's going to tell us that there's two poles on the flat Earth, like, spread out? Like, oh, God.
Well, hold on.
To debunk gravity by saying that we are denser than air, so we don't have the buoyancy to float. Now, let me explain for a minute why this is extremely stupid. Gravity is a force. That is why when you drop something...
Okay, gravity's not a force. I just watched a video not that long ago that they said that gravity was not a force. It was a mainstream video. I gotta look in my history now because this is killing me. Is he saying gravity is a force? Gravity is not a force, dude. It's not a force. Now I have to find it. Hold on, I'm sorry.
That's all right. Take your time.
It just bothers me.
I'm not going anywhere. I'll be here all night, right into the morning.
And you know what the funny thing too about this video that I watched that says gravity is not a force? Oh, dude, it was so stupid.
Hey, look at this comment. It's not a force, it's a farce. That's perfect, you know?
Wait, where did I see that? Oh no, now I don't know where it's at. It's not showing up in my history. Why isn't it showing up in my history? Anyway, I watched this video. It was not very long ago, and it was this dude, and he was dressed up like a freaking astronaut, and he gets in this stupid fake rocket. Oh, here it is. Here it is. This is it right now. Oh, I found it. I found it. Okay, here, hold on. Let me see. Can I this is funny. This dude says gravity is a force, blah, 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 right? So then look at this. This just came out not that long ago that I just watched it. Why gravity is not a force, published October 9th, 2020. 2.7 million views. The general theory of relativity tells us gravity is not a force. Gravitational fields don't exist. Objects tend to move on straight paths through curved space-time. Well, this one is talking about what the current accepted model of gravity is, which is bendy space-time, right? So he's talking about mass attracting mass. That's actually an outdated version of their fake gravity, whatever they think it is. It's actually bendy space-time. So it's not a force, it's bendy space-time. Get with the times.
Quantum foam. Bendy space-time, quantum foam, you know, just goes on and on.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, watch a little bit of this.
Are no gravitational fields? Gravity? According to the general theory of relativity, gravity is not a force. There are no gravitational fields. Gravity is kind of an illusion. And in this video, I will prove it to you by blasting off into outer space. In 3, 2,
Look at this. In his fake fucking rocket. Look, he's in space.
What in the fuck are we watching?
Albert Einstein said the happiest thought of his life was imagining a man falling off the roof of a house. What made Einstein so happy about this?
This is because Einstein says that the bendy space-time, right? That Earth is bending space-time around it. So, you know, gravity is not actually a force. You're actually falling.
You know, it makes my head hurt, right? It gives me a fucking headache. No, when you try to rational, like, okay, one of the things they try to
make any fucking sense. None of it makes any sense.
I know, and like one of my favorite ones is when you try to act. It just makes you think, like, why am I wasting my time trying to rationalize their theories? So my favorite one is like when they try to tell you why you never see the backside of the moon, even though it's supposedly rotating because it's in this perfect sync with us in some certain manner. And you try to sit there and like picture how that would actually work. Like, it just doesn't make any sense at all. It drives you fucking insane. That's so stupid.
I mean, that whole video, why gravities, that's a whole nother thing in and of itself, even besides this other goofy dude with his with his gravity.
Insane.
So hold on. Anyway, let me.
Right, let's get back to this chomo, and then we'll head on to the next.
Created. If you want acceleration, you need force. Now, the idea that we stay on the planet because we are denser than air.
See, now that's Newtonian.
Gravity, we could just as easily.
That's the forces based on Newtonian gravity, right? That weight is the force or whatever. Weight, the acceleration of the mass towards the ground is the force. I mean, good God, can they not make up their minds?
Float up into the air.
10.2 meters a second.
Neither buoyancy nor density are forces. Why can't these people use all of the time and mind?
Neither density or buoyancy are forces. It's not. See, here's the thing, though. You don't necessarily need a force for things to tend towards one or the other. And this is where electric universe comes into play. Okay, the Earth is negatively charged and the air is positively charged, right? And then it gets increasingly charged as you go up higher in the atmosphere. There's 100 volts or amp. I'm really bad about this stuff, but it's 100 every meter it goes up, like it multiplies, right? The higher you go, the more energy there is just floating around in the air. Okay, and the ground is then negatively charged. That's why it grounds you to go walk barefoot on the earth, right? And you're completing that circuit. That's why it's so good for you. It's why it relieves stress. It's why it's healing. Anyway.
Fuck this guy. Go ahead.
They're spending on proving the earth is flat and put it towards feeding hungry kids or building homes for the homeless, something useful with their time. Coming in at number 7, we have...
I guarantee you I fed more hungry children than this dude. I guarantee it. I guarantee it.
Yeah. I can't even imagine what he's going to say right here because there has absolutely never been anything that proves that the earth moves. But let's go.
The Earth is stationary. The Earth is constantly rotating at a high velocity. This is something that all intelligent people agree upon. But flat earthers will say, if it's spinning, why aren't we flying?
The Earth is rotating at a high velocity. This is something all intelligent people agree upon.
So they think someone just made that up.
No, this is the biggest thing for me. It's because airplanes on a spinning ball, and if the Earth is spinning, how are airplanes landing? You know what I mean? It makes no sense. They tell you the Earth is spinning. Well, it can only spin one way. They tell you west to east, 1,000 miles at the equator. Let's say 700 miles an hour around here, or whatever. Airplanes flying north to south. How the fuck's it going to land with the Earth spinning fucking 700 miles an hour underneath it sideways? The whole thing's stupid. Flight times would be completely different. When I just went to California, when I came back, well, my flight to California, if the Earth was coming towards me, should have taken me maybe an hour and a half or something, not fucking, 5-6 hours, whatever it is, It's completely ridiculous. They want to have it both ways with the Coriolis force. It's unbelievable, the shit that they come up with, dude. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no. True. All true.
Up a fake Earth plan to tell kids was like, yeah, what if we tell them that it's spinning too? That'll be super funny. If that part is made up, why would they make that part up? It makes no sense to make up a stupid lie that disproves your previous lie. Like, I don't get it. It's so frustrating. Well, flat Earth.
Because it makes no sense in his opinion. That doesn't prove anything, dude. That's like too many people would have to be on the lie. NASA's not lying. I mean, it's so stupid.
Think that if the Earth was moving, we would be flung into space. Well, think of it like this. If you're on something that is moving, like a boat or a plane, while it's in motion, you don't really feel anything. The only time you feel the pull of force is when you change acceleration. See how I'm referencing science from...
Not when you... Well, okay. First of all, even if the plane is flying straight and level and not turning, I can tell that the plane is moving. I don't know about anybody else. I can feel it. I don't care what anybody says. I know the difference between when the plane is stationary and on the tarmac and when it's in flight. I mean, you've been on enough planes, Brian. Even when it's not turning, you feel that that you're in a moving plane, right? Even if it's just a little bit. I mean, obviously, you're not sucked back in the seat, but you are aware that you're moving, right?
Yeah, and then there's the whole thing where the plane has a roof and the
and plus the plane is an enclosed. It's an enclosed, contained area, right? Exactly. And the Earth is supposedly an open atmosphere.
Yeah, which again we can get into the whole
violates the second law of thermodynamics.
He's actually going to address the vacuum of space, so I'll just save it. But that's where that whole conversation goes.
Yeah,
it's so stupid.
Well, so far, he's answered pretty much every question with gravity.
Well, because the Earth doesn't change its speed, we don't notice any shift. Coming in at number 6, we have the tides are from water splashing. God, it sounds like my 3-year-old nephew was trouble writing his name.
No, nobody says that. Nobody says that. Tides are from water splashing. Who says that?
I've never even heard such a fucking stupid thing ever, dude. That's like really the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
I don't even want to listen to him talk about this one, honestly.
Okay, he sucks. Go ahead. Number 7. Fuck this guy. Go ahead.
Coming in at number 5, we have the horizon is flat, so the earth is flat. This is the same line of logic as saying it's hot outside, so the air is spicy. Yeah, that's what
It's hot outside, so the air is spicy.
No, buddy, we're talking about the horizon stays at eye level because the earth
No.
keeps extending and it doesn't drop down. There's no curvature, motherfucker.
We're talking about the horizon. Horizon means horizontal. The horizon is horizontal. And the horizon is not even a actual physical place, okay? It even says by definition, it is where the sky appears to meet the ground. It is the apparent horizon, where it appears to meet, because obviously the sky and the ground don't ever actually intersect like that. It just goes off into a distance, into the vanishing point, and it gets so small that you can no longer see it. The angular size gets so small. Horizontal planes, you are closer to the ground plane than you are to the sky plane. It is actually much more of your view, the sky plane. Since you're so close to the ground that things disappear from the bottom up. That's the way it works.
the effect of weather is. It's the spice of the air. I'm actually going to start a counter movement to the flat earthers called spicy air. The weather people have been lying to you, and there's no such thing as temperature. It's all spice.
What's this called? When they don't actually address the issue, they just make shit up.
They're obfuscating. Obfuscating.
Obfuscating? No, it's like, or no, that's not obfuscation. It's like literally it's like a red herring or a straw man or something. It's basically totally has nothing to do with the actual argument. It's like tossing out a distraction. I think that's red herring.
This goes to show you the psychological brainwashing that everybody's been under. They've been, ever since you were born, you were taught to hate the idea that the earth is flat. You literally were. You were taught that flat earth is the stupidest thing. It doesn't mean every one of these people that puts these videos out is a shill. A lot of them are. A lot of them are dumb fucking idiots that are just completely brainwashed and are super triggered by the idea because that's what's been drilled into their head for so long, right?
Right. Che Doreen is a freaking moron. Sorry,
well,
not
here's
sorry.
Something that flat earthers will always bring up whenever you try to argue the earth not being flat. They will ask, why is there no curve in the horizon? Well, doofus, because the earth is over 12,000 kilometers in diameter. So in order to see it, you need to get really high in the sky, like super high, like in an airplane. And then they will respond to you, well, when I'm in a plane, why does it still look flat? Well, that's because you're looking at something that you need an extremely wide view of through a little airplane window. If you had a wide view, like when university students send up a weather balloon to take pictures of.
Yet, meanwhile, most people will tell us that they have seen a curve from the airplane. That's the ironic part, and he's arguing why you don't see the curve. That's funny that he's not even saying you do see the curve. He's arguing why you don't.
Fucking ridiculous, man. And again, how many times have people sent up fucking balloons, 100,000, 120,000 feet? And that is not what it looks like. That's just basic bullshit that we're looking at.
It's a wide angle lens. What about when you watch the balloon and the camera goes up and down and it goes from concave Earth to convex Earth to flat Earth and everywhere in between?
Of the Earth's curve, then you would see it. What do you think the professor at the university is editing the pictures before they're sent back to the computer on ground level? What do you think? There's some secret editing?
Look at him. You think they're editing? They're secret editing? No, dipshit. That's the way the camera lens is. Nobody's editing it. That's the way the freaking camera lens takes the picture. This guy's stupid. He's stupid.
Software now too. Coming in at number 4, we have water doesn't curve. Now at first glance you might think, oh my god, they finally got one right. With all of the garbage that the flat earthers keep spewing out of their mouths, they finally said something that makes a little bit of sense. But now once again they are so wrong. Can you guys feel me getting more and more angry? Because I can feel it. Look at water when you pour it to the top of a glass to the point where the meniscus bubbles up.
There we go.
Look at a drop of water running down a window. The drop is coming down.
Oh, because that amount of water behaves the same as, the amount of water that is in, say, a freaking ocean or a lake. Yeah, right. That's the same.
Like a curve. Look at water coming out of a dropper. It is a curve because water is matter and subject to all of the other laws that govern this planet. It just sucks because there's some kid out there growing up with flat earth parents and they never stood a chance.
Those are your kids, Karen. Flat earth parents never stood a chance. How do you feel about that comment?
My children are some of the smartest children in this freaking town.
They are pretty smart.
They are incredibly smart. Incredibly smart. And they probably know the globe model better than most globe earthers, most people who believe in it. I guarantee you that.
Your kids
They
know
can
that
dismantle it too.
It's funny when they talk about it. They know that it's fake.
Yeah.
Did you see them today deflating the balloons? And they're like, the balloon was inflated. They're like, this is NASA with CGI. And then they deflated it. They're like, this is NASA without CGI. The balloon went.
That's funny. I love them.
At number 3, we have no one is going to space. Yes, apparently the space program is just one big hoax. Every time you've ever seen someone go up in a rocket, nope, that never happened. It was all staged. There is no International Space Station, and no one has ever walked on the moon. All of it is lies so the global elite can funnel more money into their pockets. Yes, of course, it all makes sense.
Look at them devil horns.
Where do you, nice pause. Where do you want to start the fucking moon landing or the ISS? Because both are the biggest treasure trove of fucking fakery you ever seen in your life. Anybody, any discernment, if you take fucking 2 days, a weekend, and you look into either the ISS or especially Apollo, I mean, my God, you got to be a fucking moron to believe it's real. The problem is, I don't think this guy's ever looked into any of it. He just regurgitates what he's been taught, and he thinks he's smart. That's what these people do. They're just robots, Karen.
Yeah, they are. They're just. Oh God. I hate it. I hate it.
Fuck these
now,
guys.
That's why they lie to us about space travel through all these movies and TV shows. They want to take all the space travel money and dump it into their own pockets. God, how could I be so stupid and fall for the...
No, they want to brainwash us with propaganda.
It has nothing to do with money. A lot of people think it has something to do with money. It's got nothing to do with money. It's not about money. They make money from nothing. See, this is what this guy gets. I wonder if this guy even understands fractional reserve baking. I wonder if he even understands that all those numbers on the screen were created out of thin freaking air, out of nowhere. Well, not out of nowhere, out of, a bond that was created based upon your person that they created for you. But I mean, does he even understand? Probably has no freaking idea.
Thousands of con men together, make up a fake space agency, keep a secret within all of the con men because there's no one you can trust more than thousands of con men, make a ton of fake footage about all of this, and then use that footage to funnel money out of the public. I think it would cost less money running an actual space agency. Coming in at number 2, we have the atmosphere should get sucked into the vacuum.
Pause it. That's the fucking Neil deGrasse Tyson excuse. It would cost more money to fake the fucking moon landing in the paperwork, or is it Bill Nye? One of those cocksuckers. Cost more money to fucking fake it with the paperwork than actually go. That's what he just said. That's what he was just moving to.
Yeah.
It's so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. Go on.
Thinks it would cost less money to run an actual space program than it would be to fake it. That's bullshit.
My thing is man, I really any truther
wag the dog.
Any truther quote unquote in 2020 that still hasn't realized that the globe's a lie, you're a fucking joke, man. Because do you see all this disinformation? You don't have any discernment if you still believe in the globe at this point. It's a joke, man.
Yeah, absolute joke.
Go ahead before I fucking pop a blood vessel with this guy. I want to smack the shit out of him.
Of space. This is how stupid these people are. They think that the vacuum of space is literally like a vacuum in their home and should be constantly sucking stuff into it. Well,
can we please, Karen, please destroy this guy on this point, please, because it's fucking.
Let me finish it because I don't want to have to stop again.
Here's the thing. When you're talking about a vacuum of space, it means there's nothing out there. The vacuum is completely empty, meaning there is no air or anything.
That's right.
Not because it sucks stuff into it. Now the Earth has gravity, which...
It is leaning on gravity again. Okay, that's the point. Space has nothing there. There's nothing there. The second law of thermodynamics dictates that when a gas will attempt to fill the space, it will want to fill the available space. It will always seek out equilibrium. If there was a real emptiness of space that was infinitely huge, there is no way that gravity would be able to be strong enough to retain the atmosphere of Earth on it, the gas would completely dissipate into space immediately. The water would freeze. We would all dry up. We would die. Everything would cease to exist absolutely immediately. The difference in pressure between ground level on Earth and space is 76 quintillion times. Okay, there is absolutely no way that we are existing next to the vacuum of space without a physical barrier. There's just no way.
Hey,
it doesn't happen.
Gravity, it's so selective. It holds the atmosphere in, lets butterflies fly, lets you walk, holds the oceans down, lets the airplanes curves them around the ball perfectly since they don't make any fucking adjustments. Hey, it's all good.
If gravity is strong enough to keep the molecules of air on the ground against the 76 quillion times negative amount of whatever in space that should be dragging off the gas that is on our surface, then how am I able to suck through a straw?
Yep.
Shouldn't gravity be strong enough to keep that from happening?
Yep. It's completely stupid.
It's absolutely insane. Everything.
Their whole fucking model on gravity, their whole heliocentric model on gravity, and things starting to spin, mass attracted mass, and you can't show any of that. It's all fake.
Yeah, you cannot have gas pressure without a container. You just can't do it. It's not demonstrably possible by any stretch of the imagination here in the physical world that we live in.
Pulls molecules close to it and creates an atmosphere. I'm simplifying everything for you. So maybe if you knew what the word vacuum meant, you wouldn't be making such dumb statements. Coming in at the number one spot, we have the reason that things look round are because your eyes are round. We have reached the number one spot, and I'm done. I can't anymore. I'm so happy to be done with this list because the whole thing has been very frustrating. Well,
what? Who says things look round because your eyes are round? Like, I don't look up and look at and see a round object in the sky and go, oh, that's round because my eye is round. The basketball is round because my eye is round. Who says things are round because your eye is round? His number one thing is something that literally nobody says. Nobody says that. Did I miss something? Brian, you look like your face. You're just like, I don't even know what to say. He's like, I don't even know what to do anymore.
Well, this fucking guy. I mean, I can't deal with these globies. It's just been too long. They're too stupid. They don't even like, say for instance, like the globies. This is the point I wanted to make. The globies that do the debates, right, Karen?
Mm-hmm.
In 5 or 6 years, however long, some of them, less 3-4 years, a lot of them, whatever, right? And this several years that they've been doing it, they've never tried to go out and test anything or seek for truth. All they've tried to do is build up word salad against flat earthers' arguments. These people aren't interested in truth in any sort of the way. They just want to defend what they've been told. They don't want to know anything, just like the article you read, Sandy Hook and all this. It's like they don't want to look into anything.
Yeah. Okay. I think we're done with this dude. I don't even want to watch the rest. Like, I'm pretty much done with this guy's dumb face. I hate his guts. He needs to go away.
Let's take a break.
Okay.
We're at 1 hour and 23 minutes. Let's take a break. We'll come right back.
Yeah. I was just, do you have music, or I can get it ready if you don't?
I have it ready to go, like literally right now.
Okay, cool.
Ready?
Awesome. God dang it.
God dang it, what?
I was muted and I came in and I started saying, "Do not allow the mind to fool the eye. The earth is flat."
And nobody got to hear it.
Till just now.
30 people left on the break. I hate when you guys do that.
I
Okay,
know.
we're going to switch gears a little bit. And I'm going to show some Mandela Effect residue that I wanted to get into and other things. So I got some pretty good stuff tonight, actually. You guys are going to like this a lot. And then after that, we will probably open up the phones. I know people want to call in and talk about Flatoberfest. And we were going to do the Flat Earth stuff last, but we started to get kind of into the mass thing a little early. So that's what we'll do. So I'm going to get into some Mandela Effect stuff, and then we are going to open up the phones after, and you guys can call in and talk about literally anything you want. So if you guys know me, one of the things I love to do is point out when other people are affected, because indeed everybody is affected. And I don't watch TV. I don't watch movies or any of that really anymore. So for me, all my residue comes from the shows I listen to, and other people send me residue. So this first person I'm going to show, I showed before, highly Mandela affected like everybody is, and that's the great Baldini. I want to thank Sue for this clip. Sue Finelli, who's in the chat right now. And this is from Baldini's show today, I believe. Sue, correct me if I'm wrong. Karen, I'm getting the echo now on my end from you.
You are?
Yeah.
I didn't change anything.
Weird. Hold on. Yep, it's gone now. What'd you do?
I turned off my mic. I muted.
Oh. Wow, that's weird. Okay, well, all right. I'm going to get into the screen share. So this was from Baldini's show this morning, I believe. And let's have a listen.
Gates Foundation, Bill and his husband, as well as the World Economic Forum. That's an interesting partner, and Johns Hopkins University. In fact, you can go to the Johns Hopkins University website and still come up with all the information about Event 201, which was held October 2019, just prior to the announcement of all this craziness. And the forum,
one more time.
That's an interesting partner, and Johns Hopkins University. In fact, you can go to the Johns Hopkins University.
Johns Hopkins University, for anybody that doesn't know, does not exist, never has existed. You're muted.
1111.
Johns Hopkins University never existed. It's always been Johns Hopkins in this reality. Interesting, he mentioned Event 201 because when you guys had that event 202, Karen, Johns Hopkins University, all throughout it, everybody was calling it Johns Hopkins. And in fact, I have a whole video on the Johns Hopkins Mandela Effect that I'm going to drop in the chat right now. And you guys can save that for later and check it out. And I have tons of residue on that. But now let's get into Alex Stein again, who did a show with Jeffrey Doherty. I'm getting a lot of feedback. What the fuck is going on? It was fine before the break.
I don't know.
Okay.
I didn't change anything. I don't know why. Here, maybe I'll have to close my door.
That's so weird. It seems okay now, but we'll see. All right. I'm just going to go into my show notes. So if you guys remember, I did a video showing that guy, Jeffrey Doherty, what's he called? The Christian whistleblower? Is that what he calls himself?
Yes.
So he did a full-on I Love Lucy impersonation, you know. Lucy, you got some splaining to do.
Yeah.
And I showed that in a video a couple weeks ago. And let me just get my screen up, my video up that I need. Oops. Oh, God. Hang on. Sorry. 1 second, guys. I clicked the wrong tab. Give me 1 second. Okay, so I put a video up showing that this dude was highly Mandela affected. I didn't really know who this guy was at all, and all of a sudden he was on Jaren's show, and then Russian Vids was talking with him, right? So I'm like, okay, this guy's got a big following. And, he did a full-on Ricky Ricardo, which anybody that follows the Mandela Effect will know. And if you're not, okay, anybody that might be new or denying it or a skeptic of it, you all know, Lucy, you got some splaining to do. Well, Ricky Ricardo never said that now. It's never been said in any episode of I Love Lucy. And for those of you that say this is fake, it's a psyop, then pull out a copy of it. It's not an obscure show. Pull out a copy and prove me wrong of the famous iconic saying. It's never happened. And I showed that Jeffrey Doherty was affected, and this clip's very interesting. You're going to like this. So Jeffrey Doherty, and I'm not showing that over. I already showed the clip of him. He did a full-on Ricky Ricardo impression, but here he is with Alex Stein on October 4th. So this is, 11 days ago? Mm-hmm. And I just found out about this today. I had it sent to me today. And just have a listen. Hang on, it's muted.
About a Mandela Effect. What do you think about Mandela Effect?
Dude, I was on the coast to coast talking about the Mandela Effect. Again, I got pulled into that kicking and screaming. My subscribers, Mandela Effect, Mandela Effect. Oh, damn it. So
people hate it. I don't really. I hate it too.
It's real. It's real.
Oh, it's real.
See, I think some of it is too weird to be fake. I mean, but
Dude, Alex, I'm old. I'm old as shit. I'm 57 years old. And my mom used to love Lucille Ball. I can't tell you how many times I heard Desi, Lucy, you got some splaining to do. It never happened, Alex. It's not there. I'm telling you, Desi Arnaz said that shit 1,000.
Now, I'm going to stop it right there before he goes on to tell you that Desi said it 1,000 times the Mandela Effect's real. I agree with him. But there's another Mandela Effect here. He says Desi Arnaz. Desi Arnaz has been Mandela affected, and the guy that played Ricky Ricardo is now Desi Arnaz. There is no E in his name. It's flipped to an A. But let's hear this clip again from where it started, and I'll just let it play all the way through. So that's what I thought was really funny. But he's admitting the effect, which I think is good. Everybody should.
He's a tranny. Come on, no.
Because you're all affected.
Mandela Effect. What do you think about
You all remember this line.
Dude, I was on the coast to coast talking about the Mandela Effect. Again, I got pulled into that kicking and screaming. My subscribers, Mandela Effect, Mandela Effect. Oh, damn it. So
people hate it. I don't really. I hate it too.
It's real. It's real.
You think it's real? See, I think some of it
Hell
is
yeah.
too weird to be fake. I mean, but I'm
Dude,
so
Alex, I'm old. I'm old as shit. I'm 57 years old. And my mom used to love Lucille Ball. I can't tell you how many times I heard Desi, Lucy, you got some splaining to do. It never happened, Alex. It's not there. I'm telling you, Desi Arnaz said that shit 1,000 times.
and Chick-fil-A's the chick part's actually spelled CHICK. And I swear, as a kid, I remember writing it in my school journal because I wanted to eat it CHIC, and that's why I liked it. Chick, like I remember writing it as a kid in my journal wrong. So it blows my mind. So that's what there's.
The Mandela Effect is real, in my humble opinion. And I'm very humble, Alex. Very humble.
The most humble guy I've ever seen, Jeff. I love her.
Like Moses writes in the Bible.
So isn't that great? So not only the guy admitted he's not even aware of the other effect within that right now. Desi Arnaz doesn't exist, never did. It's Desi Arnaz. I think that's fucking hilarious. All right, so that's from Alex Stein's Conspiracy Castle channel. You guys might have seen me interviewed by him on the Mandela Effect a couple weeks ago. So I'm not saying any of these guys are Mandela deniers. I'm just showing some great residue. And he said Desi Arnaz when it's Desi Arnaz. Karen, I mean, you remember both of those, right? You remember Lucy, you got some explaining to do, and Chick-fil-A, don't you?
Because my grandma used to watch Lucy too, and I do remember Lucy. You got some splaining to do. Yeah, I do. I remember that.
Yeah, and what about Chick-fil-A? Chick-fil-A is actually bigger to you than it is to me. Why don't you tell people?
Chick-fil-A was the first. That's how I found out that the Mandela Effect even existed. Was Chick-fil-A, because when I moved from the West Coast to the East Coast, there were no Chick-fil-A's where I came from. And when I was learning my way around here, I'm like, oh, Chick-fil-A. And it was CHIC Phil A. I'm pretty sure it was. Anyway.
It definitely was.
And then I saw this thing come up in my feed about Mandela Effect, talking about how Chick-fil-A is now spelled CHICK. And I was like, they don't spell it like that, do they? And I looked, and they did, and I was like, okay, that's kind of weird, because I thought it was CHIC too, but, it's just like, whatever, who cares? It's a fast food chain, I don't even like it. Like, to me, it was like, who gives a shit if it's, because back then, I didn't really get the idea of it, I didn't get it. But this was years and years, this was before Flat Earth, okay? That was before Flat Earth, actually. That happened. That's how old the Chick-fil-A one is. With that was probably in 2013 or something like that.
Wow.
I mean, that was old. That's old.
Yeah.
And I just dismissed it because I was like, who gives a shit how Chick-fil-A is spelled? Fuck that stupid chain. There's some shit going on around here. Who cares about the fast food chain, right? So I just didn't, that's just how I thought about it back then, just being honest, because I didn't really, that was the only thing that I had seen about it. It wasn't like, there was nothing else besides that, right?
Almost everybody
the only thing, like and when that's the only thing, that's not really enough to get your attention. It wasn't for me.
Everybody has almost the same story, but it's usually with the Berenstein Bears, Same story. It wasn't really enough to make them go. Same with me. That was the first one for me, was Berenstein Bears. I kind of got it, though. I understood. I'm like, I know it was Never Stain, and I understood the idea that it wasn't just a re-release thing, but I was looking in Flat Earth at the time. I was pretty deep in it, in the early months of it, the early days of it, or whatever, And I kind of just brushed it off as well. And then JFK and South America kind of hit me at the same time. And I was like, whoa, this is fucked up, dude.
Yeah.
So I have something that I got a bunch of pictures. I'm going to give a shout out to two people for this. Nick Doherty, my friend Nick Doherty on Facebook, and Steffi P. Nick sent me a bunch of residue, and I had Steffi put it in a slideshow for me. And that's Curious George. Now, this is a super old Mandela Effect, but Nick made a really good lengthy residue post on it. And I would like to show the images because in my reality or whatever the fuck is going on, like whatever was happening to me before, like Curious George definitely had a tail. He used to fucking swing from fucking trees with his tail sometimes. But now in this reality, he has never had a tail, which is fucking pretty extreme.
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense because Curious George is small. He's always been small. Monkeys are smaller.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Primates are the ones that don't have tails, and that's like, you know, apes, chimpanzees, and gorillas. These things are huge, okay? You can't, unless they're babies, you know, you can't carry them around like that. But pretty sure Curious George was a monkey.
He was a monkey, and he had a tail for sure. And we can talk while it's going because there's no music in it. It's 3 minutes of images of him. He had a tail. What you guys are going to see here is just tons of residue. Again, for people that don't get it, with the Mandela Effect, all official things will change, but almost everything that's made as a parody of it will remain. So you'll see lots of stuff. Halloween costumes with the tail, just like you see people dress up like Ed McMahon with the Publishers Clearinghouse check on Halloween, even though in this reality, Ed McMahon never worked for Publishers Clearinghouse. There he is with the man with the yellow hat, Curious George George with the tail. You'll just see it over and over. It's everywhere. Everywhere. We have residue everywhere. Why do all the costumes have tails on it? Well, because he had a fucking tail, and now he doesn't. I'm going to speed it up a little. Just loads of residue everywhere, guys. Everywhere. So people that think we don't have any proof of this, I mean, it's everywhere. If I was to walk by a TV and I hear like 30 minutes of TV, I'll hear 3 things of Mandela Effect, right? Look at pin the tail on George. Look at this curious monkey costume, monkey gloves, mask, and tail. Curious George.
Right there. Yeah, that's a good one. Remember that. I remember. Pin the tail on George.
Of course he had a tail. Of course he had a tail. I remember when Carmen Sandiego used to wear yellow like this guy right here, but now she's always worn red. Very shifty reality that we live in. People are going to have to start to accept this. This is almost over. I'm just going to skim through a little bit. Stuffed animal, George. Curious George with George Bush. Look at him with the tail. Curious George at school.
Mm-hmm.
More costumes. More costumes. Yeah. More costumes. Yeah. Tons of Curious George residue. All right. Other thing I wanted to get into. Where is it? Okay. This is a very interesting one that people might not know yet. This is an old one, Karen. You might not even know this yet. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to bring up an advertisement for a mask. Okay. Because you'll see in a second. So as we know right now, they are pushing masks to no end. Okay. Every type of mask is being marketed. You could imagine superheroes on it, baseball teams, whatever. I don't need to explain that to you guys. We've done it a million times, right? So this came up in my feed, Karen. Do you know what this is from?
Alice in Wonderland.
And do you see the quote that's on the mask?
We're all mad here.
So the Cheshire Cat is known for saying that quote. We're all mad here. That's why it's on the face mask. Mm-hmm. Anybody that's seen that movie probably remembers that quote. It was iconic. Do you remember the quote or no?
I do.
Okay. Well, I'm going to tell you that you're Mandela affected. You already know that. But anybody that remembers this quote is Mandela affected because this quote has never been said in the movie. And I'm going to play the Alice in Wonderland clip right now with the Cheshire Cat, and you're going to hear exactly what he does say, and it's not even close to "We're all mad here." So let me just grab it, and I'm going to play it from 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Let's see. It's very iconic. That's why it's on a fucking face mask, guys. You know? And I'm getting an advertisement. Give me a second. Wait do you see what he says now?
And too.
But I don't want to go among mad people.
Oh, you can't help that. Most everyone's mad here.
Most everyone's mad here instead of we're all mad here.
Wow.
And if anybody's doubting this is real and you think this is a psyop or an internet thing, Disney movies are not rare finds. You might even have one sitting around. So I challenge you, if you do, just have the fucking balls to put it in. And this is exactly what he's going to say.
He's mad too.
But I don't want to go among mad people.
Oh, you can't help that. Most everyone's mad here.
Most everyone's mad here. Yet the masks, all the merchandise, and I'm not going to do a residue show on it. There would be tons of it. But they all say we're all mad here because that's what he said. So just wanted to put that out. And then I have something that you sent me, Karen. Where is it? Oh, the picture you sent me. Hang on. I think I have it. I do have it. Hang on. So, Karen, you sent me a picture from, where was this? The party store? I'm going to bring it up.
Mm-hmm. Party City.
Karen? Yeah. So I would just bring it up real quick. And again, guys, I tell you, everywhere there is old flag residue. Look at it right there, baby, with the red stripe under the blue, the way we remember it. And look at the other one right above it. Now, when you look at the other one right above it, doesn't it look a little weird? I mean, people out there, it does look a little strange, doesn't it? Because you remember the red under the blue, man. That's how it was. The blood stripe, baby. But it's not like that in this reality now. The American flag has changed, and the white stripe has always been underneath the blue. And, I mean, I have just endless residue on this that I've shown, but I'm going to show other new residue right now. So let me shut this. And this, somebody sent me this clip from The Simpsons. And I'm going to bring it up real quick. Let me just get back into my screen share. And
because seems
look right on the wall behind them. Red stripe under the blue on The Simpsons.
What?
You see that?
Wow.
And then for anybody that didn't see it the other day, I made a short video on Owen Benjamin. He's kind of regressed on the Mandela effect, but he's still highly affected. So check this out. This was in his video the other day.
Do what Jesus said. Anywhere you gather and two or more in his name, there he is.
I got everybody with that. I got Richie from Boston, Daryl Marble, Owen Benjamin. The two or more gather, and everybody's affected by that. Every single Bible has changed now, and it changed to where two or three gather rather than two or more. And I find it very ironic that happened pretty much right before the coronavirus when they were trying to discourage people. So I actually made a video about that correlation as well. But let's play it one more time. Owen Benjamin, still highly Mandela affected, quoting Bible scripture that never existed.
Have your own church under a tree. Do what Jesus said. Anywhere you gather and two or more in his name, there he is.
There he is.
Under a tree.
All right, and I got one more for you. And it is right here. Here. And the meme that never dies, the most popular meme on Facebook, like I told you, James True shared this the other day, and the guy Adam Fielding posted it first, and that is the Morpheus meme, the what if I told you, the most famous fucking meme that people fill in with whatever they want on the bottom, yet in the Matrix, Morpheus never said what if I told you, because that line's been Mandela affected. That's right, it doesn't exist. Take out your Matrix movie, it doesn't happen. Never happened. So that's all I got, I think. Can I tell a story?
Sure.
All right, hang on. I'm going to tell a quick story, and then we'll do the phones, okay?
Okie dokie.
Who's going to do the phones, me or you?
Well, I can do it since I'm plugged in. Are you plugged in too?
Yeah, I'm plugged in.
Okay.
Whatever, it's easier.
I mean, whatever, then it doesn't matter. Or do you want to let people join through the link? do you want to do phones or do you want to join? Let people join. What do you want? How do you want to do it?
Phones.
Okay.
I'll do the phones. I'll take care of the phone.
Okay.
All right. So check this out.
Okay.
So I'm out here 2 days ago, and Karen's son is out here. I'm just going to tell you the story I told you today. Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
And he's he goes into a full-on impression out of nowhere, and he's like, "That's not a knife. This is a knife." Her son's Mandela affected, because anybody that's seen Crocodile Dundee 2 and knows of the Mandela effect knows that that line doesn't exist anymore. And now he says, "That's not a knife. That's a knife instead of this a knife." And I think it's how old's your son?
He's 10.
It's so strange to me that he remembers the old way of a movie that was Mandela affected a few years ago, at least. And he's
He's
young.
never seen the movie. I asked him if he's seen the movie, and he's never seen it.
So he got the quote because the quote got so famous from everybody else that's seen it,
Right.
and it's completely wrong now.
Right.
That's fucking awesome. That was so cool when he did it. So cool. All right,
He also says that he remembers Pokemon's brown tail, or the tip on his tail.
Yeah. You know, that's funny because that's a big one for kids, and there are kids that are highly aware of the effect. And I told the story before, but a couple of years ago, went to my cousin's house on the Cape for Thanksgiving dinner. Right when I walked in the door, the little kid comes up to me, her son, he's 12. He's like, first thing he says to me is, "I know about Pikachu's tail."
Right on.
First thing he said to me. And then my cousin Corey's like, boom, Ed McMahon. And then fucking we started talking geography. And then they're like, "Well, Brian, I got Corey's 30-year-old globe in the basement." I said, "Go get it. Every change I just talked to you about is going to be reflected on it." And they agreed with me how everything should be, you know? They brought it out. Everything was moved around from where they thought. It completely fucking blew their minds.
That's funny.
So
I didn't even know about the Pokemon's tail until my son told me about it. I didn't even know that was a thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, why would you? You know what I mean?
I just didn't know, and he told me about it, which is funny.
Yeah, that's kind of a big one, but I never talk about it either because why? It's just not my thing, really. But yeah,
there's so many of them.
There's tons of changes in cartoons.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Tons of them. I did a whole episode once, like an hour-long show, just talking about changes within the cartoons. They're everywhere. Phones are open, 978-435-0006. Give us a ring-dong Dutchie. We can talk Mandela Effect, Flat Earth, Flatoberfest, Corona, whatever you want to talk, dude, honestly. So just give us a call. Phones are open.
Also,
give yourself a cheap promotional plug here, Karen.
Okay, I'm also going to say that I think I have finally, I know people have been asking, and I sincerely apologize that it's taken a long time, but it's been difficult to put together. But I think I have the schedule finalized for Flatoberfest finally. And I'm not going to share it on the screen, but I will. I'll read it and I'll talk about it. Basically, what I wanted to do is I wanted to set this up so that everybody had ample time for socializing, to talk, not only with the speakers, but with the other guests, because there are going to be other guests there who are, content creators who are well researched, very knowledgeable people that you can speak with who are not speakers, right? It's just going to be, just a room full of people who have all been looking and seeking out information just like the rest of us. And so there is going to be a wealth of knowledge in this room. Okay. So what I have scheduled, we have the room from noon until midnight. And so basically I've got it set up so that right around noon, 12 to 12:15, I'm going to start. Obviously it's my event, so I'll do the introduction, and then I have a short intro, and then it will go into Mark Sargent. Mark Sargent will have a short little speech that he's got set up to start off the event, and then he's going to go straight into the Q&A, because Mark is also very interested in speaking with people at the event. I mean, he said even the other night on the last Strange World that we did, that's why he's going, because he wants to talk to people. So he's got a short intro. He's going straight into the Q&A. Okay. The second speaker will be Jason Lindgren from Secrets of Saturn and the Crow 777 podcast, and the title of his presentation is The Social Engineering of Manned Spaceflight. So he's going to talk about NASA and the deceptions of NASA. So he's sort of kind of filling the role that Jaron usually fills in the conferences and stuff that we've done in the past. So it'll be interesting to hear that from a different point of view from Jason, okay, who does not really claim to be a flat earther, but definitely is aware of all the deceptions. And if you listen to the Crow 777 podcast, you guys all know that is one of the best podcasts out there. It's one of the best. I'm subscribed to it. I pay monthly for it. I have paid monthly for it for quite some time now. I love Crow and Jason. I love them. Okay, so I'm super happy that Jason agreed to be part of this. I think it's great that it worked out, the timing with the other projects that he's got going on, that he came to be part of it. Okay, moving on. After that, Mike Williams of Sage Quay, or Sage OK, or I don't know how you pronounce Sage of Quay. People have been getting on me about, that's not how you pronounce Sage of Quay, okay? Well, that's how Mike Williams said, Sage of Quay. That's just how I've known it, okay? But just so you know, Mike Williams, he is going to be at the event. He has prepared a presentation. It's called Individual versus a Collective. I love his point of view. He's a really great guy, very smart. So you know that's going to be very interesting. After that, we are going to have a break time, okay? After the break will be James True. James True's talk is titled The Eye of Ra. If you're familiar with James, then you'll know what that's about. James True is a really interesting guy. He's very smart. He's probably what I would consider a modern, the closest thing you can get to an actual philosopher in modern times, the way he thinks about stuff and the way that he talks about things. He's very philosophical. I like listening to James. And then after that will be Bob Nodell. Bob's talk has not been, I don't have a title. I know he's got some special stuff in store, because there is going to be another Globebuster there at the event, Austin Whitsitt. And I do think that Bob and Austin have something special planned. I don't know what it is, but Bob will be closing out the speaker portion at 6:30 p.m. After that, then we will have music playing. We will have music. It will be One Big Love. And then that is also when I have my special little thing that I have planned is going to happen around that time. Now, during this whole time, what's going on is there is a kitchen in the venue and there's a bar. It's one big room. Their normal capacity is 1,500 people. We will have well under that. So far we've got about 300 people who are going to be there, but there are still tickets available and you can get in at the door with cash. Okay. So that is what's going on then. And then the rest of the time is social time, right? From that time on, after that, it's social time. Also, during what we're going to have going on at the whole length of the event is the exhibit How the World Works by Cammie and Zach. And they're going to have all their stuff set up. They know all their stuff that they've got set up. I'm not going to try to think about it or list everything that they've got. ferrocells, Van de Graaff machines, all stuff that is in and around electromagnetism and stuff that sort of, explains how the theory of how Cami thinks this whole place around us works. And it's pretty cool. Very interesting stuff for everybody to think about. Watson Atkinson's going to be there. He's going to have a table with artwork that he's going to be presenting for everyone. Dr. Law will be there doing chiropractic adjustments at 2 times, one early in the day, one later in the day. We'll announce when that's happening. But there's only going to be certain times when he's doing that, because I don't think it's fair for him to be stuck doing that the whole time. I want Dr. Law to have fun, but of course he'll probably do whatever he's going to do. And he also wants to cook food, so he'll be doing that as well. Baldini will be there. He's going to be hanging out with Zach and Cami at the How the World Works exhibit most of the time. We're also working on getting a keyboard set up so that Baldini can have a place to noodle in between speakers or later in the evening or whatever. So I think that the way that we have it worked out is going to work out beautifully. We're going to have a great time. It's going to be so much fun. No masks required. Now, I have only had one person say that they're going to show up with a mask. I have a feeling that he won't be wearing it very long when he gets there.
Listen, I don't give a fuck if that person shows up. I'm going to clown him for wearing that mask. So he better not show up wearing the mask. I'm going to make him be real uncomfortable with that mask on.
Yeah. So, and it doesn't matter what your diet is. I've got vegan options, vegetarian options, meat eater options, omnivorous options, I should say. Okay. Everybody's going to be taken care of. Everybody's going to be happy. The energy level is going to be off the freaking charts. And we are going to manifest greatness at this event. That's what we are going to do. It's going to be amazing. Can't wait. Can't wait. I'm getting so excited.
I'll be there shaking my hips.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord.
If we make it, I mean, we're picking Mac up on Thursday. Who knows what the fuck's going to happen?
Oh, that's right. Fokker's coming. God help us all. I forgot. That's right. I keep forgetting. I told Fokker he could come. Fokker's going to be here.
She gave him permission to come.
Yeah. Fokker was going to be here. And man. Ooh, doggy. Fokker's your responsibility.
Oh, God. That is so unfair.
Yeah, so we're gonna have so much fun. All right.
How come nobody's calling in? What's going on with the phone?
I don't know. 978-435-0006. Call in. Give us a ring dong dutchy.
Give us a ring a ding doozle. We're the fucking best. We've talked about this. Somebody call in. 978-435-0006. Ring ding dong. Ring a dong dutchy. Where is everybody? Here we go.
Rachel.
I'm visiting this room. You're on with Brian and Karen. Who's this?
Hey, it's Mark Taylor from Myrtle Beach. How you guys doing tonight?
Hey, Mark.
What's going on, dude?
I'm coming. I went last year. It was the best time of my life.
Hell yeah.
I bought you a beer, Brian, and a water in appreciation for everything you do.
Thank you, man.
And all you guys do. And I gave you a little wood box with the green shit in it. And then we went to Chipotle and ate. So that was cool as shit. I had the best time I've ever had, I think.
Yeah, man. I had a fucking fantastic time.
Yeah, I'm bringing a lot of that green shit with me.
I think a lot of people are, and I fucking highly encourage that.
I don't know anything about that.
I wanted to put an ad out there. I really had a good time last year. Thank you very much, and I'll see you again this year.
Right on. This year's going to be even better. This year's going to be
I'm sure
10 times better than last year. Just saying, but it is going to be better.
The How the World Works exhibit sounds pretty darn neat.
It's going to be awesome.
I'm sure it is.
I think it's going to be the opportunity for people to learn the most or gain the most from it, because you're going to be listening to speakers and you're going to be able to speak to people equal time, open room. And I think you're going to, people are really going to get the most from it.
I think about last year, and I think about it. I think going to eat, I've got to eat with, I was following Brian at the time. I just come across him, and I heard you talk on YouTube, that 2018 Flat Earth conference, and I was like, holy cow, someone that gets it. Like, what the stuff you talked about was just right on point. And then I'd never actually listened to Mark Sargent, and right before that, I listened to all Mark Sargent stuff, and I didn't even know who he was. And I watched Flat Earth stuff and researched it myself for at least 3 years. I don't know how that happened. I probably watched some of his stuff, just when YouTube used to recommend it. But I think the best part of it was meeting people from South Carolina that I still talk to today. That was cool, just meeting anybody. The first question was like, hey, man, where are you from? And just talk to people. It's kind of neat. It's more than kind of neat. It was real neat. And I'm bringing my little brother.
Great.
Your little brother, a flat earther?
Yeah, man. Like, I'd figured that the thing that sealed the deal on Flat Earth for me was the eclipse in Myrtle Beach. We're like 100%. That 2017 eclipse. When I saw that, I was like, oh yeah, Earth's flat. Absolutely. I was like, no doubt about it. So then, I had borrowed his TV and had all my YouTube channels and such on it. So he started watching it, and about a week or two later, he came to me and said, hey, Mark. And I was like, what? And he's like, the Earth's flat? Yeah, I mean, you're smart enough to figure it out in a couple of weeks that the Earth's flat, but you didn't figure out that those are my YouTube channels you're watching. It was pretty funny.
That is funny.
We'll be there.
All right, brother. I'll see you there.
I can't wait to talk to everybody. Have a good evening.
It's gonna be awesome. All right, buddy. I'll see you there. All right. Next call, 978-435-0006. I remember Mark. I remember meeting them. I remember the whole story. I had a good time. And there's a lot of people that aren't speaking that are going to be there. I'm going to be there. David Weiss is going to be there. Flat Earth Fokker is going to be there. Jesus Freak Computer Geek is going to be there. The Truth Seeker 69 is going to be there. I mean, lots of people. Let's get a call, 978-435-0006. Give us a ring dong Dutchie. No, Rachel, I don't think she's going, but I told her yesterday she really should go. So, as I know, as of right now, Patricia is not going, but I will get on.
I told Patricia she could go. I said, hey, if you want to go, let me know, But she said maybe she would, but she might not too, She's doing her thing.
I know, but I'd really like to see her. Unveiling this realm, you heard the rest, now you're on with the fucking best. Who's this?
This is Christy.
Hi.
Our Geekness.
What's going on?
So I'm coming to the conference. I'm really excited.
Right on.
But I was wondering, I thought you said something about a possible singles meetup before, and I haven't been able to stay up to date with your stuff.
Okay, the day before, we're going to be staying at Herdklotz Park. We're going to have a meetup at Herdklotz Park. Actually, I should just play that video. I should play it, but on my main channel, Karen B, I just put out a video today that talks all about it. Let me pull it up, actually. But yeah, Herdklotz Park, actually right across the street from where the venue is. So the venue is right there. I think the address to the venue is 119 Beverly Road. And there's a park right across the street, but the park address is 126 Beverly Road because it's across the street. And we're gonna go there. We have a big gazebo that we rented. Nathan rented it. It's got power, it's got bathrooms, it's got barbecues, it's got a huge parking lot, and it's right across the street from the venue. And on Fridays, apparently the Shriner Club has a bar on the first level because it's 2 stories. So the first story, they have a bar that apparently is open to the public on Fridays, and they have karaoke. So when we go meet up at the park across the street, if people want to still keep going on after 9 p.m., then we can go across the street, right across the street to where the venue is, and we can have a few drinks, sing some songs, hang out, whatever, or whatever you guys want to do. But there is a meetup 4 to 9 p.m. the day before, basically the same place as where the venue is.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm actually flying in like 8:45, so I'll probably be getting there late, but that sounds great.
So you're flying in 8:45 Friday? Or Thursday?
Wait. Yeah, Friday.
Okay.
It was Thursday?
Well, I don't know. If you fly in Thursday, then Friday you'll be there all day, and then you can come hang out with us all day. If you fly on Friday, then you'll probably get there late. You could probably still show up and meet some people late. Whenever these things go on, I'll tell you what, most of the flat earthers that come to these things, they don't sleep like the whole time. They're just up for like the whole weekend, just talking and doing whatever, right? They're barely sleeping. So whatever time you get there, something, I'm sure wherever you're staying, I'm sure something. Where are you staying?
Oh, some extended in place that was cheap.
Okay.
It's near the airport, actually. So I'm not expecting anybody to be at my hotel, but
you never know. They're all over. People are all over. But yeah. Okay. So, well, figure out what day you get in, if it's Thursday or Friday, and then I could help you more. If it's Friday, you know what? You might just want to chill, just sleep, and then get up and get well rested, because actually the day of the event it's a very long day. I mean, it's 12 hours, and then there's going to be stuff going on Sunday, I know for sure. So there you have it.
Oh, cool. And I just wanted to say that thing about the Mandela effect for the flag is seriously freaking me out right now.
Yeah, it looks ridiculous with the white stripe under the blue. There was always the red stripe under it. Now it's never been that.
Yeah, it was, definitely.
Yeah, I have a lot of residue of it. I did an entire video on just the U.S. flag. I'll try and post it in the comments later, because my videos are private on my main channel because YouTube sucks. But I do have a copy of it on my backup. I'll find it and I'll put it in the comments later.
Okay, I'll look for it.
Yeah, there's tons of residue on it. Thank you for the call.
Oh, you're welcome. And hope to see you guys there.
Yeah,
all right, I'll see you there.
See you.
All right, we'll take another call and then we'll take a quick break, Karen, and then we'll come back and take some more.
Okay.
All right. Take another call and a quick break, guys. We'll be right back. Karen, can you get some break music ready? I don't have anything other than what I've already played.
Okay, I'll get some stuff ready. Well, actually, what I was going to do is play my video about the meetup.
Cool. So we'll take a call and then we'll play that for the break. And that's not really like a break because people will want to see it. So maybe everybody won't leave a bunch of suckers like last time. Oh, you're going to play it now?
No, I just had it set up. But, once you add it, it just shows up automatically. I don't know why it does that.
All right, let's get a call, 978-435-0006. Karen, what type of T-shirts are you going to have for sale at the event? People are wondering that.
We're going to have Glowbusters T-shirts and Jeranism T-shirts and Flatoberfest T-shirts. and free patches.
Unveiling this realm. You're on with Brian and Karen. Who's this?
Hi, I'm Jenny.
Hi, Jenny. What's going on?
This is my first call-in ever, so I'm a little nervous, but I've been watching you guys forever, and I went to UMass Lowell, so Centerville is extremely personal Mandela Effect for me, and
Awesome.
it really pisses me off that everyone is coming up with this propaganda out of nowhere that makes no sense. But yeah, it's real, and everyone's affected.
Everyone's affected. Now, yeah, go ahead. Tell me all about it. I'm so glad that you're calling in right now and telling me this. This is great.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
A few years ago, I think my first Mandela Effect was Fruit Loops.
Mm-hmm.
I remember I was walking down the cereal aisle and I saw the box and I was like, "What the hell?" But back then, it was weird to me. But yeah, I totally resonate with all of you. I watch everyone. I watch Karen B. I watch Jen. Just everyone. But I first saw you on Richie from Boston, and I was like, I'm not alone in this world. So it was awesome.
Wow, I'm so glad, and I'm so glad that you know about Centerville and you go to UMass Lowell.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I was like, no way. Like, yeah, it was Centerville, not Centralville. So
When did you hear about the change? Did you not know that it changed until you saw my video type of thing?
Yeah, I didn't know it changed until I saw you. Yeah.
Insane, huh?
Yeah, it's
and
crazy,
nobody's even really taking the update. They still think they live in Centerville. That's the best part about it.
Yeah, and this is like worse than Flat Earth because people just get so triggered. Like,
yeah,
no matter who I try to talk to, like I know one person in real life who is a flat earther, and I met her in a group therapy in Haverhill, Mass. So it was like really random that like out of everyone in the whole world, like here's someone who sees what I see. But then I try to, I try to bring up Mandela, and it's like, oh shit, this girl's crazy. So.
Oh yeah, like I said, I think it's the most triggering truth right now. People just can't accept it.
Yeah, you know? It definitely is because people are more accepting of anything else but that. So. But yeah, I'm going to the Flat Earth conference and flying from Logan.
Right on.
So I'm going to try to do the no mask thing, but
please at least try. You know, that's all I ask. Yeah, everybody needs to try.
I'm gonna say I have PTSD and asthma because those are two things that I have officially have. So we'll just see what happens.
Yeah. So why
asthma? That alone should
you
make
do
me
it. So if you can do it, anyone can.
That's right. That's the message. If I can do it, anyone can. And if I can do it 13 for 13, what the fuck, man? Why can't everybody do it?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to do it. So you've inspired me.
Awesome. And before you go, I mean, can you give us your biggest Mandela Effect and your favorite flat Earth proof?
Okay, my biggest Mandela Effect is Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. I watched that show every single day growing up in the 1990s.
Top 5.
It's imprinted in my soul. So,
for sure.
The Dyers, fucking, how do you I mean, that's not like the most important one, but my most important one is the Bible changes. Lion in the fucking lamb. Sorry.
Yep. It's okay. You can swim. It's so crazy.
That's like a whole different animal change. That's not just one little word.
No. The Bible has so many changes. I mean, there's like probably 10,000 changes in the KJV.
Yeah.
I mean, planets is in there now. You know, it's crazy.
Crazy. But
crazy. So
yeah, I've been like a long time lurker, but I had an adult beverage tonight, so I'm like, I'm gonna call in.
Right
But
on.
I'm flying in on Thursday, and my Airbnb is only 5 minutes away from the venue. So if anyone's looking for a place, there's 2 bedrooms and a bathroom in my Airbnb. If anyone is still looking, and the people seem pretty cool, so
how can they contact you?
Yeah, how would they know? How do you want to get in touch?
Well, I'm on like Twitter, but that's like pretty much the only place I'm really.
All right, what's your Twitter name? We're resourceful internet people. People can find you on Twitter.
Yeah, I'm Hidden Truths 111, 1111, 111. Yeah.
Right on.
So, yeah,
Very
my
good.
name's Jenny, and I was born and bred in Massachusetts. So,
Awesome,
I'm currently
Jenny.
in New Hampshire. But
hey, did you see the video? Did you see the video I did on Hyannisport?
Yes. What?
Is it that crazy too?
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, this is some like, yeah. And then there's just so many, like, I can't wait to meet you because there's a few other local-ish ones that are so weird for me. A year ago, I was in this court-ordered program in Massachusetts, and they played the Mickey Ward movie.
Oh, yeah.
And I literally watched it change, like,
Yes.
in front of my eyes. It was fucked.
Insane. Wow.
Yeah, it changed. Yeah. And
Wow.
it changed literally in front of my eyes. So I was like, okay, this shit is getting, like, weird. So.
Really weird. I mean, he turns around and says to the other Mickey, "Why do you think I spell my name with an E? Because I don't." It's completely insane, dude. God.
I swear they're like gaslighting us really bad because I was all about the Mandela Effect, and then all of a sudden now everyone's like, "Oh, I used to be Mandela affected, but I'm not now," and I'm like, "What?"
Who says that? I never heard that yet.
I got so triggered by Owen, but I mean, I was like a bear for the longest time. So once I saw that, I was like, how can you? Once you're affected, you can't go back.
Yeah, so I'll just keep proving he's affected, just like everybody else, like I did tonight.
Like in his like proof or explanation made no sense to me.
No. It was definitely if you build it, they will come.
It didn't prove anything.
No, not at all.
But yeah, so this is my first call, and I don't want to take too much time, but I love you all, and I'm so affected, and I see everything that you guys see, and I love you all.
Awesome.
Right on.
So much. Thank you so much for the call. That was an amazing call.
Thanks for calling. Can't wait to meet you at Flatoberfest. It's going to be awesome. Yeah.
Yes. Everyone get your tickets. I'll see you then.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
That was an awesome call. All right, let's head to break on that note, and we'll come back and take some more calls.
That was fantastic.
Fantastic. Take that call number banner off the screen, Karen. I can't access it. Guys, we'll be right back. We're going to head to break. Don't go anywhere. Don't 30 of you leave. We'll be back in 5 minutes.
Hold on. Definitely don't leave. Now, wait a minute.
Oh, we're not going to break. We have an important video to show you. Don't go anywhere.
I have an important announcement to make, and this has to do with the meetup the day before Flatoberfest, okay, Friday. If you get there early, if you get there Friday morning, if you get there Friday at noon or Thursday night, whatever, if you get there and you can make it in time, we are having a meetup across the street from the venue of Flatoberfest, and I'm going to play that right now. Watch, listen, learn. Good day, everyone. This is a video to let you know what is going on the day before Flatoberfest. So this is all about what's going to be happening on Friday, the day before Flatoberfest. We are having a meetup. I'm going to change this to satellite view. Okay, we're having a meetup across the street from the Greenville Shrine Club and Event Center where we are having the event. Okay, this right here is downtown Greenville. This is where most of the, this is where most of the hotels are, okay, that I listed on the website for people to stay at. Some of you found some other ones that are around here. There's some less expensive ones. There are some Best Westerns. They're around, okay? Greenville's a big city. There's a lot of hotels there, okay? This is where this event center is, okay? It's up here on the outskirts of Greenville proper, okay? So here's 85. 85 is the major highway that runs north and south through the area. So here's the event center here. Across the street, this is where we're going to be meeting up. Herdklotz Park. Okay. It says open till 8 p.m. Friday, we have this big gazebo reserved here. Okay. This gazebo here, it's got electricity, bathrooms, barbecues, everything we'll need to hang out there for a while. Lots of parking, as you can see right here. And it is right across the street from the event center. So this at the park from 4 to 9 p.m. Okay. After that, we can, you can either disperse, go back to your hotels, go meet up elsewhere, whatever y'all want to do, or right across the street is the event center. On Fridays, they have the bar open and they have karaoke. So if one chooses, you can go across the street after we're hanging out at the park and have our meetup from 4 to 9 p.m. and you can come here and you can, check the place out. We won't be where we're actually having the event because that's in the ballroom upstairs. The bar they own and operate is downstairs. Looks like this probably might be the entrance right here in the front. But so you can go there. When you go to the event, however, the entrance is here, right here. You'll see it. It's got a big covered walkway with 2 sets of double doors there to get in. Okay, there's a ramp and stairs and everything going to the main entrance. And then you'll go to the right, and in this big room is where we are having the event. And there's a kitchen there and a bar. Okay, so there's going to be food available to buy there. They have a pretty good menu. I talked with the woman there. She's really sweet. They have vegan and vegetarian dishes that they serve there. And they do have like chicken salads and chili dogs and stuff like that. But it's an actual kitchen where they're actually cooking real food. It's good food. So there's that. Also, Dr. Law says he's bringing his wok. So he's going to be doing some stir fry. Okay. I probably will get some other snacks and stuff to have there for people to grab from. I'll probably have a free snack table. Then there are 2... so there will be food and drink there. Okay. You can, you're welcome to leave and come back, if you want. If you don't want to eat the food that's there. But it is, I did make sure that it was going to be decent food there. So that's what's going on. Okay. It's going to be so fun. We're going to have a great time. Lots of parking back here. Okay. And that is the plan. So here's the Greenville Shrine Club Center. Okay. Here's the airport. Here's downtown Greenville. Okay. This is 85. Oh, here's the Greenville Spartanburg International Airport. Okay, they got 2 airports. Anyways, this is the, I don't know which one you guys are flying to, but anyway, there's the airports. Downtown, 85, everything's pretty centrally located. So yeah, should be fun. Who's going to be there? Freeman Fly, DITRH, Austin Whitsitt from Whitsitt Gets It. He's a Globebuster. He's going to be there. Nathan Thompson will be there. Brian Staveley, Richard Lopez, Rose77, Authentic Intent, That Flat Fellow. Just so many, and so many others. Some other people, there's some people that are going to be there that even I don't know about. So it's going to be a good time. I encourage you all to come and join us. Children are free to attend. If you want to bring your children tickets are free. Okay? So the address for the meetup Friday, October 23rd, is Herd Klotz Park, 126 Beverly Road, Greenville, South Carolina, from 4 to 9 p.m. Okay, and then after that, we can continue on or whatever. It's open. We're going to have a great time. I have lots of special surprises in store for you at the event. Can't wait to see y'all there. Cheers. October 24th, 2020, Flatoberfest is happening in Greenville, South Carolina for one day. We're having an interactive meeting of like. All right. So we're back. And charge your
Phones are back open, guys.
I'll just let that play in the background so you can see the ad and you can see who the speakers are again. If you're not aware, if you haven't seen who the speakers are, this will let you know. Basically, and it also, there's Mike Williams. Oh, yay, it's a big Mike Williams. He was at the first conference and I completely missed him. I didn't even see him there. I didn't even know he was there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. James
a lot of people came to my channel because I did that Mandela Effect interview on Mike's channel a couple of years ago. A lot of good people. Mike's cool. I've done like 3 shows with Mike. Mike's awesome.
Yeah, I like Mike a lot.
4 shows because he came on with me and you for like an hour and a half one time too. Remember?
That's the only time I've ever done anything with Mike. That's the first time I even ever talked to him.
Yeah, I did. He interviewed me on the Mandela Effect like 2.5 years ago. And right before I did that interview with Richie. And then I've interviewed Mike on his awakening. And we also did a show on my channel about his whole thing with the Beatles and shit. And then that time he came on with me and you for the corona and his whole situation down there.
Right.
Yeah, he's awesome. Yeah, he's good. Guys, give us a call. 978-435-0006. The phones are back open. Call and talk whatever you want. Flat Earth, Mandela Effect, coronavirus, whatever you want to talk about, give us a call. Give us a ring dong dutchie.
Give us a ring dong dutchie. What?
We have new t-shirts. We have new Dose of Reality shirts.
Yes. Would you like me to show you?
I would. Now we had the comfort tee. Now we have the premium tee, which is what these unveiling this realm ones are. So we also have those available now in many colors. And Karen added some Flat Earth t-shirts to the to our store as well, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, show them the new Dose of Reality ones if you can.
Dose of Reality. Which one?
Premium tees. The premium tee. Unveiling this realm. Who's this?
What's up, Brian? Karen?
Hello.
Hey,
this is Law.
Oh,
Law!
what's up?
Dr. Law.
What's going on?
Hey, guys, I'm up late tonight. Hey, yep, I'm ready. Just getting my stuff together. Nothing much. Just want to shout you out, Karen. You're the best. You are the best. You're going to have the best Flatoberfest here. And then for many to come, hopefully. This won't be the last.
No, I don't think it will be. I mean, I don't know. There's a first one, and then I didn't even plan on doing a second one. So we're doing a second one, and it's looking like it's going to be pretty successful. And I know everybody's going to have a great time. So how could there not be?
We are so grateful you're doing this for the community. I can't say enough about you and, you know, what you've done for us. So I'll be there. I'm just getting my stuff together. I'm sorry I can't be there. I'm not gonna be able to be there on Friday to hang out and do some karaoke with you guys. You know, I was gonna bring the king down.
Oh, you're gonna miss my fucking Bon Jovi performance, dude.
Is it a dead or alive?
Cause I'm a cowboy on a steel horse I ride, and I want it, dead or alive.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hey, I was gonna bring the king there, you know, because you know I'm a Elvis impersonator too, right?
No, I didn't know that. Are you for real?
Yeah, bro.
You're a fucking Asian Elvis impersonator?
Yep, the one and only, bro. Yeah, but anyway, I'm looking forward to seeing you guys again. It's been so long.
It's been
I'm
a
going
year.
crazy over here.
I haven't seen you in a year.
Yeah. Yeah, brother. It's been a year. Yep. Hey, I'm going to have my pad thai. Maybe I'm going to do vegetarian pad thai as well. I'm just trying to, you know, do one dish and then, you know, just whatever we can get out there. Okay.
Awesome.
All right. Yeah, I'll get in touch with you, Karen, later on this coming up week. I've got soccer games all this weekend, but you know, we'll get together. I'll give you a call. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thanks a lot. Shout out to Karen and Brian. Thanks a lot, guys. We love you guys.
All right, brother. Have a good one.
All right, Ma.
All right. You too. All right, Karen.
Bye.
Later.
Bye. All right. Awesome. Here we go. That didn't take long. Unveiling this realm. Who's this?
Hi, Brian and Karen.
Hi,
Love
who's
you
this?
both. Is this Wild Eden? Real name's Crystal.
Oh, what's going on?
So, first of all, I wanted to like cliche, but long-time listener, first-time caller. And
Awesome.
Jen gave me, the last caller gave me the like correct like call in because I've never actually called into a show.
That's
so you
fucking
guys
awesome.
have like really given me. I'm sorry, what?
All right, so that's awesome.
Yeah, you guys have really. I don't know if you've read my post, but you really gave me the courage to take off the mask and just say, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do this. So thank you for that. But my question is for Karen, because she's the setting up the event. I'm in a wheelchair. Is the event handicap accessible? Is the park that the day before, you know?
Yes. The place is wheelchair accessible. There's a ramp that leads up to the entrance. So yes, it is wheelchair accessible, and the ramp goes up to the entrance, and then from there it's just double doors, and then it's one level into the main ballroom. So yes.
Okay, yeah, that's really like we're really trying to come. Me and my guy, we just really want to meet you guys because you've really given us so much courage, and you're really setting an example. I don't know how much, because we're all alone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's no one that we can't talk to anyone. My mother literally is a Mormon, reads the Bible every day. And I asked her, Mom, I forgot the Lord's Prayer. Can you remind me?
Mm-hmm.
And she said it correctly the first time.
Yep.
And then when I said, Mom, that's not what it says anymore. She said, well, let me check Google. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
then she just took the update.
Totally, baby. You know, they like, I've seen multiple, even my own guy, because we were talking about the gremlins. I don't know if, like, this is like someone might not know this, but a lot of people think the bad gremlin was Stripe, but it was really
Spike.
You know what I mean? It was Spike. Yes.
Yeah.
So even my own guy, I've seen him take the update. It's scary. Their eyes go blank, and then 2 seconds later, they're like,
Yep.
It's really frightening.
It is frightening,
Yeah,
especially when we don't really know what's happening, but it's absolutely happening right in front of us.
I know, and it's so frightening because and once you know what's actually happening, you watch for it.
Yeah.
Because you test people. My sister knows. I gave her. There's a test online that was like 300 questions about Mandela Effect.
Yep.
She passed 249 out of 300. I said, Lynn, you're affected. And she said, well, there's nothing I can do about it. So what does it matter?
Wow.
And it's just like your entire reality is changing, and you're like, I don't care. I can't change it. So what's the problem? I mean,
it drives me
it's
crazy.
so frightening, Brian. So, Karen, so frightening.
Yep.
And it's COVID. God, I felt so bad. I went to the DMV. The only time I've worn a mask this whole time was with my mother. I'm in a wheelchair. My mother had to take me to the DMV. And I put on a mask, and this woman walked in. She was so cool, calm, and collected. They offered her a mask. She said, no, I don't do that.
Yep.
And behind my mom's back, I'm like, high five. I'm like giving her this like thumbs up. And I felt like such a traitor. But since then, I have not ever worn a mask.
Good, good. And you see how she was calm and cool and collective, just kind of like I've been telling people, be confident, be polite, you know, if you can, you know, and it works almost every time. Because they don't have the authority to make you put a fucking mask over your face. It doesn't matter where you are, whether you're in a store, whether you're on an airplane, it doesn't matter. You don't have to do it.
I know, Brian. I went into multiple stores and no one, I mean, they'll say like, they'll offer me a mask. I'm like, oh no, I don't wear it. And then if they really push it, then I'll go with, I'm literally either I'm in a wheelchair or I'm with a cane. So I was like, I'm medically exempt. So no, I haven't. I felt so ashamed. I felt like I was like a hypocrite when that woman walked in and I didn't. And the only reason I wore it in the DMV is my mom begged me, please don't make a scene. Can you just not make a scene today?
But we need to stop that.
I'm going to talk about the moon. I'm like, we need to look at the moon. My mom's like, she's like, don't say that.
But her saying to you, let's not make a scene, that's no different than them shaming us. Like, we have to put our foot down. Fuck the scene. I'm not putting it over my face. You're the one making the scene, you know?
I know, but they're so programmed, Brian. And I really believe it's something. I know you guys, I know you believe it's supernatural. I do too.
Yeah.
But I also think that there's so much more aggression. I think there's been an aggression download.
I literally
so much more like.
I literally did a video on that before the corona happened, like 3 months before corona. I did a video on how the whole truth community took a creativity update and they all took an aggression update. I literally did a video on it. I 100% agree with you.
Oh my God, I totally have. I mean, it's so creepy. And even, I'm not even saying, Brian, just not human, animals as well. Like, I've seen so many more dog fights, cat fights, freaking insects fighting. Everything's more aggressive. It's creepy and gross, and I don't know.
It's crazy.
I know. I want to thank you, and me and my guy are really going to try to get up there. We're probably going to have to drive. Not because we are afraid to not wear the mask on the plane, but we're just kind of broke.
Yeah. Awesome. I can't wait to see. Where you driving from? Where you coming from?
We're in Carrollton, Georgia.
Oh,
awesome.
that's not that far. That's not that bad.
Yeah. I'll introduce myself. Hey, I'm Wally, and also known as Crystal.
Right on.
I can't wait. I'm so excited. Thank you guys for putting this up.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Thanks for coming.
Actually, no. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's so isolated. So isolated.
Yes, we're all very spread out.
Yeah. Anyway, just thank you.
Thank you.
Love you both.
All right. Thank you so much.
Good one. And I'll let you go. Get another call.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Love you. Bye.
Bye. Awesome call again, as usual.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't wait to meet all these people. Like, really, it's going to be so great.
I know.
It's going to be just
978-435-0006. Give us a fucking what, Karen?
A ring dong dutchy.
Ring a ding ding dong. Number is on the screen. You can't miss it. It's there twice.
There we go.
Unveiling this room. Who's this?
Hey, Brian. It's Rachel in New York.
Rachel in the house. What's up, Rachel?
Hey, what's up? I don't know so much to say, but
Rachel,
you know, I was like I was a total asshole about the Mandela. You know that, right? For a long time, I was like, no, fucking Mandela's stupid. You know, I just could not bring myself to believe it, and you know, and then I think it totally ties into COVID because it's what they're doing with the masks is they're changing everything. They changed everything in the whole world overnight, and everybody took the update. Like now we need a mask, and now we have to social distance. Now we have to put 80% rubbing alcohol on our fucking hands every second, and they're doing the same thing with Mandela. Mandela is they're changing everything, and that's it. And everyone's taking the update. And I think this shit happened before. I think it's like a reset. And, you know, pretty soon, you know, the easiest way to erase history is just to not mention it and change the stuff that people would remember until you don't even bother with that. And then you just wipe everything out. It's all you have to do to change everything is just don't mention it or change it, you know? So then you get miles away from the facts. And then when you say, you know, like what we're saying, oh, you know, no, this, you know, when we give them the facts, they're like, but let me check Google. But Google has changed. So in like no time, you fucking changed everything, you know? And because people now look at the internet, people now, they check the internet for everything. And if you just change the internet, that's it. You know, the internet has become like the new, like evening news because the people that don't even have TV, you know, like me since 2007, we still go online. So it became the new complete source of information, like aside from the TV. The real fucked up people are doing both, you know, TV and online. So they're just scatterbrain lunatics. But the Mandela, like I'm 56. So I mean, in the 70s and the 80s, I Love Lucy was like on like 1,000 times a day. You know, it was like the reruns like crazy. I heard you got some explaining to do. Like I heard it like every fucking show.
Yeah, nearly every time he came through the door.
So that's a huge Mandela. You know, Mrs. Butterworth not having boobs. No one mentions that.
Yeah.
Mrs. Butterworth has fucking boobs. And your town is the most insane shit in history.
Yeah.
People in your town don't know the name of their town.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that? That's like the most Twilight Zone shit ever in history.
I know.
That's crazier than the masks. So it's just, so Mandela's like, Mandela and the reset with the masks and redoing shit on Google and everything, it's all tied together. It's all going on right now. And in no time, it's going to be just erased because it's already happening.
Yeah.
And at this point, people are like, they kind of know there's no danger, but like I ask, you know, I see a lot of people every day, and I'm like, so someone ate a bat 7 months ago in China, so we have to wear a mask forever,
right?
And so then people start laughing. They're like, "Oh, that's so funny." I'm like, but that's what they said. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And look what happened. Look what happened with 9/11. 9/11, you're like, oh, you know, 19 hijackers hijacked planes with dollar store box cutters and flew them perfectly into, you know, for the first, they never flew a plane before. And they left a how to fly a plane manual in the fucking cab, you know, and then they find the passport. And then people start laughing at that. And I'm like, no, what are you laughing at? That's what they said.
Yeah.
So now we're such conspiracy theorists that when we say the official story to people, they laugh and say we're crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They never looked at it. They never even looked at it. That's why.
And if you go back, if you actually do the timeline, if you go back on the timeline to the right time, actually the bat eating would have occurred a year ago, right around this time a year ago, right? Because it was like October, November time frame, and then December there was like yeah. So right about now they were starting to go, I'm hungry, I need to eat me some bats.
You know, I see teachers, every day, and I'm just like, so if the guy ate a piece of pizza, that we would have been okay. Like, his poor choice of meals just changed the world forever. And they admit, they're like, well, that is pretty bizarre. I'm like, no. I'm like, yeah. And then so I'm
Well,
like,
it's stupid. It's fucking stupid because
they wanted to make a vaccine out of Tom Hanks' blood, and they're just like, what? Oh, I think I did hear that, and that is silly. I'm like, you think? It's just Well, the COVID thing, I don't know. It's fucking hopeless. I'm just stressed. We could talk about that forever, but I'm worried. Like, how am I going to get? Because people are tripping here. They're fucking tripping. I don't know how I'm going to get from my house to the fucking LaGuardia.
Well, I want to talk to you about that specifically. I'll talk to you about that because from what I've experienced, and I did do a video with one Uber driver in the beginning of this thing. He turned me away and rolled up the windows on me. I called him, a cuss word as he drove off. He was fucking a big bitch. But other than that, no Uber driver has ever turned us away. Me and Steffi, me and Karen and Ted when we were at Myrtle Beach, and it was like right after they had started doing the mask thing. Even in the midst of California, everywhere me and Steffi had to go, we took Ubers everywhere. They just want to make money. And even though you'll get those emails from Uber and Lyft saying that you have to wear the mask in there, I haven't had any of them actually say anything to me. We just keep getting in the Ubers and it keeps being fine. So.
Oh, I can't take a Uber because when I had foot surgery like 2 years ago, I was trying to order food. It was like, I don't want to walk down 4 fucking flights of steps on crutches, but I did anyway sometimes. But
what about Lyft?
So
we take Lyft too. Same thing with Lyft.
Yeah, I got to do Lyft. I got to do Lyft because I was just like, I tried to sign up for the Uber app, and it was asking for like a background check. So apparently I was on crack, and I was signing up to be a driver, and I didn't want to be a driver. I just wanted to order fucking Chinese food. And then every time you go back on Uber, it's like, oh no, you never finished your background check to be a driver. I'm like, I just wanted Chinese food that day, you fucking asshole. So I got to shut that.
Yeah, no, Lyft too. We've taken Lyft too, no problem, man. We haven't had any problem, So we'll see.
Yeah, you won't have. I really don't think you're gonna have a problem.
I'm 2 blocks away from like a bunch of cab companies. I just used to take cabs, but I haven't taken any cabs since the ritual.
Yeah.
No, you're not gonna have that problem over here.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. What else was I gonna say?
I went to the grocery store here today, Rachel, and there were 6 people in there with no masks on, and there were hardly any customers in there. Like there were more people with no masks than masks.
You know what I did for Uber and stuff like that? Whenever this whole stuff started, whenever I ordered it, I just put in the notes, we are not going to wear a mask. I hope that's okay. Just to let them know, that's what I did.
That's a good idea, yeah.
And nobody ever denied me. Nobody ever said, I'm not going to come get you then. They just, okay. So whatever.
Yeah, I guess in the long run, I think what's working like in their favor is most people are compliant, and so the few people that aren't, that's not, they don't feel like.
And that's why I said, man, this week with fucking 150 flat earthers flying in, we need everybody to take a stand and tell them, no, we're exempt, and let them put you on the phone with the doctor like they did for me, and let each airline take like 30, 40 calls from people all needing to be exempt, and it's going to make a fucking difference, Everybody has to try, at least try. Don't just fucking put it over your face and say, I got to get on the plane, or Brian, you didn't try this airline, or you didn't go to this. Every time somebody fucking says that, I did go no mask. So put your foot down, people.
Yeah, I'm going Delta too, and I guess when I get there, I get to LaGuardia, I'm just gonna, and they're probably gonna say like right away, like, where's your mask or something, and then I'll be like, I'm exempt, and then I go to the counter and talk to somebody or something.
When you land at an airport, nobody's gonna ask where your mask is. I've been through all these airports. Nobody in any airport has ever asked me where my mask was. You'll hear an announcement on the speakers that might even say crazy things like, if you came from a city that's in a certain risk, then you need to quarantine for 14 days. Yet there's nobody around to like escort you to any fucking quarantine. It's all just mind games.
Yeah, that makes sense. I haven't had any flights since 16, since my Bangkok flights. you know. And I'm just going to straight up tell them, you know, if I have to talk to somebody on the phone, I'd be like, listen, I had extensive facial surgery and throat surgery.
Where they're going to
And
get
if I
you
wear
is
a mask,
they're gonna ask you at baggage when you go to check your bags. They're going to ask you if you agree to wear a mask, and you tell them no, just like I did. And then they tell you why. I told them because first of all, it's not a law. Nobody can make me cover my face, but you don't have to say that. You can just say you're exempt. And then they're going to ask if you filled out the paperwork. Just act like you're fucking ignorant to it, like I did. Be like, what paperwork? I didn't fill out no paperwork. And then they asked if I had any proof or if I could get my doctor on the phone to fax something over. Something I said, no, I can't do that. And they got their doctor on the phone because there's not a doctor at the airport waiting to screen you either. That's more fear porn. It's just layers and layers of fear porn. There is no medical staff at the airport waiting to screen you, even though if you read the wording on the website, that's what it sounds like. They're going to give you telemedicine. And you already know the answers, Rachel, because you're smart. You already know the answers you need to give that guy on the phone, just like I did. And who cares if you have to say whatever, even if it's true, not true. The whole thing's a lie. Fuck them. They're not going to muzzle you up, say what needs to be said on the phone, and get on the plane.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I mean, you did it 13 times a fucking charm, so it's got to work.
Yeah, of course it works.
And, you know, NYPD, I've this whole time, you know, when I was going down there up in their face, and they never said anything.
No,
you know, so
they can't say anything.
I don't think
The
we'll get
cops,
nothing.
the fucking police are the last people that are going to say anything to you about the mask. You know, the people for the airlines will. The cops aren't going to say anything. What do you say?
No, I haven't had one cop say anything ever to me.
No, of course not.
I mean,
It's not a lot.
I got a reputation now for not wearing a mask. I mean, you know, at work, people are like, Rachel, everybody sees you around town and you never wear a fucking mask. And I'm like, fuck you. You know, like,
yeah, go fuck yourself.
Fucking break. Yeah, K-Dog doesn't wear a fucking mask. He didn't put his kids in school. He's got 4 little kids, and he's just like, my kids ain't wearing a fucking mask. Just stay home. That's it. Done. Yeah.
I pulled mine out of school too.
It's just, I think people, because I'm seeing like there's short circuiting going on. I mean, these are smart people I'm talking to every day with degrees and stuff. Yeah. But they're super indoctrinated, but you could see the short circuiting going on.
Yeah, everybody's seeing them glitch out. I'm glad that everybody's called in tonight and everybody is seeing them glitch out and take updates. So that's a common thread tonight. Continue, because it's big time.
Yeah, so they glitch out, right? And so no one is saying like, oh, what you're saying is preposterous. You know, they're saying like, that makes sense. And this seems very bizarre, but it comes down to everybody else is doing it. I mean, so everybody else says, I'm going to wear a mask and put rubbing alcohol on 1,000 times a day because that person's doing it. And then that person's just looking back at you and saying, like, well, that person's doing it. So it's like locusts. They say locusts when they're fucking with their legs. Their legs are moving around. Unless that's complete bullshit. They used to say locusts, their legs are moving around and they're hitting other locusts. So the other locust gets fucking pissed off and he starts freaking fucking with his legs. And then the next guy's like, fuck you. And then it becomes like a locust swarm. But that could be complete bullshit. I don't know. Yeah. I'm super looking forward to it. And like Jenny said before, you know, everybody in this, you know, feels alone because there's not many. I mean, K-Dog, he's the only truther around who's on the same wavelength completely. But most of us, we do feel alone. And it's because of you, Brian, mostly, and, you know, other people in the community, because you really bridge everybody together. You know, you make us feel like we're not alone. And that's, you know, it's a scary time right now. And the thing is, there's more to all of this. Like, they're not going to be able to, it's wearing off, okay? They're not going to be able to pull the scam more, you know, too many more months unless they pull another stunt. But there are people behind the scenes, I think, know. I think people, we'll put it this way. I think the schools are gearing up for a complete shutdown, and they're not telling us. And we work for the school. But I mean, I just, I have proof that they're really gearing up with stuff to be completely remote learning. So the teachers will have to stay in the school and teach in front of a camera. And then there's going to be a big TV there with each kid's face. So they're literally going to be like the Jetsons. They're going to be like, looking at each kid like, oh, yes, Diana, like it is E equals MC squared. You know what I mean? Good job. You know what I mean? And then like they're making it so it's completely remote. But the teachers will have to be, they're not going to be remote from their living room and like, in their pajamas. They got to go to work. They're going to be in the schools. But the custodial staff like me, that it won't need a full staff if there's no kids there, just the teachers. They could really crack down on the staff. So my thing is always follow the money. So I think like Cuomo, I think mayors in other cities, I think they're telling the superintendents and the top brass in schools, I think they're telling them, and they're not telling us. But schools seem to know more than everybody else. So I think without pulling a second wave, they're going to have some. They got to have some reason to say, we have to go completely remote. So they have to have some reason. But it comes down, to, I always say this, like I'm in an area where it's insane taxes. So are you going to have suburb taxpayers pay to have their kids at home all the time? Like, are you going to pay, a crappy little house has like $15,000 a year tax here, and a lot of that school tax. So, I mean, will the parents stand for that? Like, oh, my kid's never going to school, but we're paying like $10,000 a year, school tax.
Yeah.
But like everything else in this thing, it could be like a robbery. It could be like, we're going to give you this an incentive to shut down for a year or whatever. Because look at like the NBA, look what they're doing. They're on the payroll. Here, wear this shirt, say this shit, go on your knee. Now I know that Kaepernick thing is like that. He was like part one of the scam of that, And I was like all about, like, I took a knee at high school games. At my high school, I would like take a knee in the hallway, and people thought it was like in a basketball game, and they thought I was like kidding. No, I was all about equality and stuff, and then it seems to be that was just part one of this bullshit. That's just another angle of complete bullshit. And then we have the masks, and then we have Mandela. It's just going from every angle. And it's like everything's getting turbo. Whatever scam they were pulling just got like steroids. So it's just like the Black Lives Matter that went crazy. So then like add LGBT on top of that over the weekend, because at that one point with all the protests, a lot of protests here, no riots, but there's a lot of protests. They're like, because I'm trans and I have trans friends on Facebook, so they're just like, oh, Trump took away trans rights, and it was like Friday. And then Friday night or Saturday, all of a sudden LGBT was on the Black Lives Matter bill, like the next fucking day, right? And then Monday came, and then they're like, oh, the Supreme Court they gave the trans rights back. And I'm like, do you think that's how the fucking Supreme Court works? You think it's, it's like, so Friday night, Trump took away the rights. So like the Supreme Court called each other on Saturday, and they're just like, oh, this is messed up. We got to get those trans rights back. First thing Monday, let's hop to it. You know what I mean? It's just they flash a fucking story on Facebook. Like, doesn't have to be TV now. It's like a 5-second thing on Facebook. They flash this on Facebook. You read it, bam, it goes into, you take the update. So you read something about it, And if you're not a truther, you're not going to look into it. This is what I was going to say before. This is key. The truthers, here's what we think. Here's what's going, the difference between us and them. They're scatterbrained, so they just get a flash. All right, update, flash, update, flash, update, flash, update. And it's just, they never go back to the story, right? And look into the story. It's just flash, new info. Oh shit, something else to worry about. Bam. Oh shit, asteroid. Oh shit, Black Lives Matter. Oh shit, alien invasion. Rona, like it's just flash fear, flash fear, flash fear, flash fear. But truthers, we're skeptical. We look at it and we say, let's look into the story. Damn, like there's nothing to it, just complete bullshit. Then you go back to Obama making it legal to put, propaganda against the American public. And, that's like a fucking, he did an executive order for that.
Yeah.
So people are like, oh, that's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy that, I'm showing you legally the president can use propaganda against us, and you're saying I'm crazy. It's right there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's saying like the technology, like weather weapon technology. They were able to do weather modifications in 1908, right? So they have all the technology, but they're never going to use it.
Yeah.
So Obama made it legal to do propaganda against the public, but they're not going to use it. They just said, what do we need to do? Oh, let's see. Let's just write stupid bills that mean nothing, and we'll make them laws, but then we'll never use them. We just have nothing else to do. So it's just people have become, they're scatterbrains. The normies are scatterbrains, and they're in fear from every angle. So the only thing they can do is take information updates from the media. That's it.
Yeah.
That's their level. Yeah. That's it. They're done. They don't care. They're never going to look into it. So I tell people now, I say, a year from now, I say, these masks are never going away. And they're like, you mean the virus was never going to go away? I said, the virus isn't here now. And they're like, what? It's too much for them.
Yeah.
There's no, you mean the virus? I'm like, well, a guy ate a bat. And now the whole world has changed forever. So now we need a Hello Kitty sequin mask from Redbubble to save lives. Because if I don't wear like a Hello Kitty mask, someone on the other side of the world is going to die. Probably like many people, and then people do think that's stupid. But that's the law. You know what I mean? And you say, oh, well, did you hear the time the two Asian guys went into a Rona coma and they came out black?
Yeah, that was a good one.
Like, oh, I was like, that's so stupid. I'm like, but you do remember that? They're like, yeah. I'm like, this is a scam. So the thing is, they gotta pull something soon.
Yeah,
I know that I've been saying that for a while.
Yeah.
But
hey, Rachel,
soon.
I'm gonna have to wrap it up with you because we're at like 25 minutes.
Oh yeah. I thought it was even longer. All right. Well, I'm pumped to see you guys. It's gonna be awesome. And that's it. Thanks for taking my call. Let me rant.
All right. I'll see you in like a week.
Okay. See you guys. See you.
All right. I can't wait to give you a big hug. All right. Next call, 978-435-0006. Give us a ring dong dutchie. A ring ding dong. Maybe one more call, Karen. I'm kind of getting tired. I'm yawning right now. Unveiling this realm. You're on Brian and Karen. Who's this?
It's me, Bob. How are you?
Hey, Bob.
What's going on?
Oh, just kind of hanging out, enjoying the night. It's nice and warm outside, and Cammie's out in her office as usual. And
right on.
man, you haven't even seen our new house yet, buddy. When
I know.
Are you gonna come and visit us?
Well, I know that we are in possession of a gift that somebody named Sailing Fan Man sent to you. So I heard we might be going by there. Is that true, Karen?
Yeah, we may be going by there this weekend.
Oh well, that would be awesome sauce. Very
yeah,
cool.
that would be really cool.
Yep. And I was watching Cammie work on the schedule today, and Yeah, nice choice. Nice choice on the Anchorman, Karen. That was like some serious good thought there.
Gee, thanks, Bob. Wink,
Save
wink,
the
nudge,
best for
nudge.
last. You gotta love it.
That's right.
Yep. So I'm curious. I heard the girl that called in, I don't know, I think 2-3 calls ago, something like that. And she was talking about how she was watching somebody literally take the update. Now, when I heard that, what I envisioned was, you know how like in the Matrix, like when Trinity goes, I need to learn how to fly a helicopter, right? And so they send her this information, her eyes start flashing, right? And then all of a sudden she knows. Is that kind of what she meant? I mean, is stuff like that actually happening?
Yeah, to a similar degree. What'll happen a lot is with the Mandela Effect, for instance, is somebody you'll tell them, and they'll resonate with you with the change, and then you'll tell them that that's not what it's ever been now in this reality, and then they'll just go look at Google or whatever, and then they'll just completely agree with what they read online, and they'll be like, oh, well, yeah, I must have always been misremembering. Well, some people will do it without looking at a screen, though, Bob, and they'll get information out of nowhere where they'll tell you they've never heard of something, and then within the next breath, they start reciting the new facts of it out of nowhere. So,
yeah, and that's so crazy. And just like Karen was saying, Robert was saying he had never seen whatever it was. He had never seen a movie or something like that. Pokemon? Is that what it was, Karen? And was reciting stuff from it?
He never saw Crocodile Dundee.
Crocodile Dundee 2, and he was quoting the famous line that's changed, that used to say, that's not a knife, this is a knife. Yeah, and her son was quoting that, but now that line is different, and he says, that's not a knife, that's a knife. He says that twice instead of this, but her son was quoting it the old way, but she said he never saw the movie, which means he was quoting how everybody else always said it because they all saw the movie,
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, I totally remember that scene, and that was a great scene, It's not a knife now, this is a knife.
Yeah,
so,
it's changed. That's changed as well.
Yeah. That's so weird, Brian, because it goes back to this whole idea of, are we in a simulation? Is it possible that we're in a simulation? And are these people that are kind of taking these updates, kind of like what they refer to as non-player characters, right? NPCs.
It's a valid question.
I wondered that.
Yeah, it's a valid question, man, because it's a valid question because they're certainly not the same as us. They're very susceptible to these updates where we seem to just, block it out. And it's way past indoctrination. Nobody can tell me it's just indoctrination and all that. It's something on a deeper rooted level, a spiritual level. Something's happening to their consciousness that, I certainly don't know exactly what it is, but we have to be open that there's something huge at play here.
Oh, without a doubt, and the first time I ever noticed, I'd heard, about the NPCs a while back, but then I remember one year, I think it was the year Cammie was pregnant with Jaron, and we went to Las Vegas, and we were walking around Vegas, just kind of looking at the people, and, we kind of looked at each other, and it's like, we're looking at the people going, these people are like, the lights are on, but nobody's home.
Yeah.
And we saw that prevalent all over the place in Vegas. I don't know what it is with that place in particular, but it was just completely bizarre. Like they're just automatons.
It's like they're fillers. It's like they're fillers that are put there to test you on this journey of life, that they don't really have any other purpose other than to test you in certain ways so you can graduate from this realm. That's kind of the way I look at it,
Yeah, exactly. And, and if that's true, then obviously the whole population thing is poppycock, which, I think it is anyway. But, I'm still trying to figure it out. It's like this place that we're in seems to have so many attributes that are consistent with a simulated reality. And yet, I don't know. I just don't know what to think. I really don't, because I'm trying to figure out the whole, bigger game. And you guys I'm sure you heard the show we did last week, which, by the way, was amazing how many people reacted to that show and really were on board with that. Which I was surprised because I was thinking it was going to turn into a train wreck. But a lot of people were actually on board with that, and it's like they think, a lot of people think that there is definitely so much more to this reality. Other than this little, this little construct that we're in. I mean, what's beyond that?
Yeah, there's so much more. I mean, we're just starting to really see how this reality is even. I mean, just a few years ago, we all thought this was probably like not all of us, but many of us, just the solid reality. And it's just totally not that at all. We don't even know what time is. We obviously were completely misled about where we live. But the way this reality operates, we're completely misled about that as well. I mean, obviously, when we see these changes, you know.
Yeah. And, you know, and even going beyond that, you know, what we talked about, I don't know, a couple months ago, I remember when I called in and I was talking about the
ley lines,
the West Penra work. Yeah. Well, the West Penra stuff.
Yep.
You know, I mean, I'm starting to think that, you know, that's actually, you know, that he is so onto something there about the way this reality is changing, that, you know, you get to somebody that makes a critical decision, and it is so critical that it in fact affects all of mankind. And then here comes the update, right?
Yep.
And some of us remember the way that it was, and then, you know, the other people are getting the Mandela effect and getting updated. Well, we're all getting Mandela, you know, and maybe it's the people that are being Mandela, you know, we're the ones that are the actual real souls, because we can actually distinguish the difference.
Well, that's exactly what I think.
People that aren't.
That's exactly what I think. I think the Mandela effect works in like it gets carried on through a variety of frequencies. Basically, we sit in a pool of frequency all day long, and what happens is, I think there's almost like a it's like just a name for it, like a disinformation frequency, basically, that comes in with all this update information, and they just take it, and we know to turn that away. We see it, we recognize it, and we just, with our gut, we turn that away.
Yeah. Yeah. And yet, you know, all of our records reference that and stuff like that. But we, you know, we realize it's different. We know it's different. We feel it's different. We recognize that it's different. And, you know, that's why I'm thinking that Wes Penra was spot on when he was saying that we're all living these realities simultaneously. And when somebody makes a decision that is profound enough to change literally, you know, something in the world where it affects a large amount of people, there's your Mandela, right? So yeah, it's just, it's super interesting.
and I also think that, like, what was the point I just wanted to make? I just lost my point for a second, but it's fine. No, I did watch that video though when you sent it to me a while ago. That was a really good video. And I think that the Mandela effect is like, okay, here's the thing I wanted to say. So we see the same thing with COVID. So I'll be in a store. I'll be in a store, Bob, and again, that they'll take a consciousness update because everything's fine. They'll have a conversation with me. Then after, where I'm already checking out, then they'll be like, "You need a mask to be in here," and it's like they completely change the look. The look on their face completely changes, and it's like the same thing. And is it a Mandela effect? Well, here's the thing: the Mandela effect isn't a thing. The Mandela effect, it's just a shitty name, and we're just observing the way that our reality has actually worked all along. That's all it is.
Yeah, well, yeah, I agree, and it would have to be that way, and because of the media and, you know, the way mass communication works these days, it's just a lot more noticeable.
Yeah,
you know, a lot more noticeable.
Of course, and I do feel, Bob, that it's speeding up for sure. And so, you know, anybody can tie what type of theories they want into that. Is there a reset coming? Are we graduating the realm? Why is it speeding up? Is it end times? You know, there's a lot of ways people can go, but absolutely with social media and the internet, of course, the idea of us sharing Mandela effects 50 years ago would have been almost impossible. So that's certainly increased. But I do think the whole process itself has increased more.
Yeah, for sure. And, you know, another thing is that also lends a lot of credence to these resets coming, you know, faster and faster, because, you know, the technology seems to be getting introduced into society, you know, things like the internet, and then we are able to mass communicate with one another on a, you know, on a much more timely basis, right? And then we notice these things happening faster and faster and faster. And, you know, that's why I'm thinking that there is likely a reset event. Now, the question is the reset event going to be this disastrous thing that kills everybody, or is it going to be a complete change in mental paradigm for everybody? And I'm beginning to think it might be the latter.
Yeah.
You know, you know, we're going to be completely looking at our world in a completely new way. And and it's just going to kind of creep its way into the group consciousness, you know?
Yeah, or are we kind of
shit.
splitting into two realities? The separation of the wheat and tares, like people like to say, because the divide between us and them is getting gigantically huge at this point. It's almost to the point
Oh
where
my God.
we can't operate in their reality and they can't operate in ours. It just doesn't work anymore. It's broken.
Yeah, and that's something a lot of people have been saying, and I recognize that, you know, a good 20 years ago that you know, people were becoming more and more divided, and not just on race or politics or anything like that, but I mean on literally everything that has anything to do with life, right? You know, everybody is so incredibly divided that, you know, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it's going to result in a war or if we're going to, you know, be able to work it out or how it's going to change the paradigm. But I mean, these are incredibly interesting times to be alive. I got to say that. It's a little scary and it's really interesting, you know, to be a fly on the wall just watching all this stuff. And if you're awake and aware, you know, obviously it's really super interesting to sit here and watch. But also the unknowing about it is a little bit scary. And, you know, I get that, you know, a lot of people, some people that were listening to last week's show were saying, like Jaron, for example, were saying, well, we don't, you know, I don't want to look at this paradigm like it's a big disaster and everybody's going to die and all this stuff. And I get that. I totally do. But I don't know. I'm not really sure where I'm going with that point, but
well, I'll help you out. I wanted to add something about the update. I have a little more into my theories on where it's coming from. I do believe there's a really good force in this universe. People can call it God. They can call it whatever they want. I believe there's an evil force and there's a spiritual battle that's always happening. And I believe that the keys to the one of the purposes of the Mandela Effect, even though it's part of the nature of our reality, I do feel that the creator or that good force is changing some things at key times for us to notice, so that we recognize that reality isn't this artificial, physical, fake, simulated matrix around that's all around us, right? So we're trying to graduate to the spiritual side, so they're trying to show us that. Now we know that there's shills, there's disinfo pieces, you know, they write articles on Mandela Effect, flat earth, whatever. We know all that, so that doesn't have to be anything supernatural. But it goes beyond that, because when these updates come in, Bob, they come in at timely times when people have to be observed for those updates to come in at the time that they do. That has nothing to do with shills online. Do you know what I'm saying?
yeah, I do 100%. And that does make a lot of sense. And, you know, what's interesting too, is you know, Chris and Cherie Gio are always talking about how, you know, all the reality and the media and everything seems to be AI run. And when you look at things that are in the news, you know, like what, you know, Rosen covered, and I started out covering stuff like really bizarre news items, the stuff that just comes out that is so unbelievable. It's like, what the hell, you know, why is stuff like this even being covered, for one, right? And why is it national news? And why is it so freaking absurd, right? And we're being absolutely inundated with crazy ass stories like this.
I think
and you
it's
have
AI.
to wonder, what is the purpose? You know,
I think it's AI. I think it's AI writing those stories. And the other thing too, before I forget about the update, and I said they're timely. They have to be supernatural. They can't just be shills online. The main purpose of them is because if you recognize the Mandela Effect and see it for what it is, eventually you'll probably get to where I am, see that it's something supernatural, that there's a spiritual side to this whole thing. And again, what's science's main agenda? We know through Flat Earth, Bob, right? They don't want you to know about anything supernatural, spiritual. It's always got to have a man and an equation behind it. So the updates come in to make you deny the changes and stay trapped in the physical matrix. That's what I think it is.
Yeah, you know, that's a really good thought, Brian. I can see that, because you're right. They don't want us to be in touch with, I mean, our consciousness, our spiritual side, our humanity, quite literally.
Exactly.
And everything has to be bean counted and, you know, quantified, you know, put into a quantum realm. And that's why I think, you know, the quantum physics realm is so much bullshit, because it's about, you have to bean count everything. And some things you just can't do that, you know?
Exactly.
Yep. So crazy shit. So anyway, that's what I wanted to say. But hey, I'm glad you're back in town, and I'm really looking forward to Flatoberfest. And yeah, if you guys come over this weekend, that'll be awesome.
Yeah, hell yeah, we'll be over this weekend, I'm sure. Karen, you still with us? She might be sleeping, but we'll be over.
I'm sorry if I put her to sleep. Bad me.
It's all right.
All right, man. I'll let
All
you
right.
go, and you have a wonderful evening, and we'll talk to you guys later.
All right, brother. All right, everyone. On that note, I think we'll wind it down. I think Karen might have crashed for the night. We'll wind it down with Bob's call. Thanks, everybody, for joining in. You've been watching us on the Unveiling This Realm backup channel. Okay, so we have channels everywhere. Just make sure you keep following us. Today is Thursday. I don't know what I have next. I do want to get a show in with Steffi, hopefully this weekend. I don't know if she's busy. Maybe Sunday night, Monday, Steffi. I don't know what you got going on. But that will probably be my next show. And I will have more premieres going up on my main channel because I stopped putting videos up for a while because of copyright. I'm going to start catching it up on some premieres. I still can't go live until December, but you will see some videos pop up on there. You might have already seen them. You might have not, but I'll premiere them with a live chat. And yeah, other than that, I don't have much else to say. I can't wait to see you guys at Flatoberfest. Please, please try your best and stand your ground to not wear the mask to get on the plane. You have to at least try and go through the fucking process. And if you waste 15 minutes and it doesn't work for you, at least you tried. And it's worked for me every time. So that's all I really want to say. We're not sure if we're going to have a show next week because we had to pick up Mac at the airport. He's going to be staying here with us for a few days. So maybe we'll do something earlier. Maybe we'll just postpone. But either way, I'll see most of you guys on Friday at the meetup and definitely Saturday at Flatoberfest. All right, guys. Awesome calls tonight.